on that note, ladies and gems, we are live. What is up, everybody? Guys, gals, ghouls, and everything in between. Welcome to what we are now debating is whether or not considered to be a town hall or not.
With Senior Senator JP.
Yes.
It's not a town hall.
Thank you, Congressman.
Not a congressman. I should run. I mean, they fucking let Jasmine Crockett in. So.
Oh God! I just saw basement. Holy shit!
What's between my dick and balls?
I can't watch that. I can't watch that.
Hold on. Don't close it yet, basement.
I had to close it. Anyway,
What the fuck is that?
there we go. There, that's one. This is basically just kind of like an open forum, just kind of a pseudo random stream. We're gonna be obviously talking a lot about like some just ideas, concepts about how we want to do HGW this season, because we pretty much have run the gamut as far as HGM mode. I think that we creatively, despite the AI, sometimes working for us, sometimes working against us, and making fucking Brutus Creed your WWE champion at WrestleMania. Not that I'm bitter.
You could have done real American freestyle before they did it.
Dear God. Don't.
Hey, I watched that shit. I'm telling you.
As long as Hogan's not on commentary, I'll be fine with it.
He
No,
doesn't.
please don't put him on commentary.
I'm saying I don't know how long I would be able to stand. Well, you know, brother.
I think Eric Bischoff could do commentary.
Yeah, the problem with Hogan is he
Very good
talks.
talker.
Hogan talks way too long and says fucking nothing. The guy, that whole promo thing is.
So for me personally, I actually like the concept.
I think it was just an ad for the company that the actual guy that they introduced last is running.
Yes.
I don't think so.
They're basically, I think how it's going to be run is Hogan and Eric are going to be the finance backers while he takes care of the running of the business.
Eric Bischoff.
Well, I don't know about finance backers. Hogan might be more like the mascot, because this reeks of the TNA deal all over again.
It kind of does, yeah.
But I like the concept.
So is it like just like freestyle like wrestling?
Have you ever watched freestyle wrestling?
Yes. But
Okay, so that's all it is.
So they're starting their own league,
100%.
basically.
It's like it's like the NCAA.
One of the other people that's involved with it came out and said that this is going to be a way for those that are training to be in the Olympics to get paid matches in to help with the training as well as keep them on their feet.
So these guys, if there was a professional sport, they would be it.
Yes.
Yeah, well, it's a good way for guys.
So you can say NCAA, but I can tell you right now, half these guys are like, I can see Gable Steveson being in this.
Well, what I'm saying is, it's an opportunity for somebody that is doing actual wrestling to make money doing it, and also if it's young guys that want to train to be in the Olympics, instead of having to choose one or the other, either train all the time, and make no money, in hopes that I make the Olympics.
But it's going up against I mean, I would enjoy it.
For people that really like that type of wrestling,
I love
be a
wrestling,
good thing.
man. I watch wrestling all the fucking time. And I'm talking about the kind of wrestling we're talking about now. I watch that shit all the fucking time.
I will have to wait to see. I wonder. I know there's a market for it. I just don't know how big the market is.
So it gets pretty, scoring is like every time you expose your back, you get back points, right? And it's really fast paced.
What about front
like
points?
5-minute match or whatever. It's really good. There are some matches that are pretty fucking boring where they're just collar and elbow ties, but sometimes those are the best kind of fucking matches.
It's kind of funny you say that, because like that's kind of my, I don't want to say gripe, but like no, that's like kind of like my con against like UFC. Like I think the concept of UFC and honestly this kind of idea of the freestyle wrestling is an interesting concept, but as far as like putting any hard cash down towards something, it's like I remember there's a UFC fight. I don't know which one it was, for the love of God, but it was like, I would say 2.5 years ago. It was a big hype fight, and I remember it was over in literally 36 seconds.
I will tell you
It's the way it's
that
gonna be.
freestyle and folk style and Greco-Roman wrestling is growing exponentially.
I think it might be people also trying to get into the next fad,
like
but
here in the United States, and I know this for a fact, women did not wrestle in high school. They didn't have girls wrestling for high school. They didn't have women's wrestling for college. They do now, and it is growing exponentially. And I'm here for it because, for me, wrestling, not fucking WWE bullshit, not the fucking AEW shit,
and more like a
And they don't
NCAA.
you're gonna see what a real, like what Brock Lesnar could actually fucking do on a fucking match.
Man, I'm not gonna lie. That's the kind of like that's the kind of thing I'm waiting to see some freak athletes come through this thing and just fucking tear some people like tissue paper.
The only problem I'll have with it is it's hard for me to think big money knowing what it is.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking the same thing, but hold on.
My point.
Before we keep going down the rabbit hole real quick, JP, I want to give some shout out to the chat real fast who was joining us. We got Clinton Alpha, much appreciated, gentlemen. If you guys want to remember the deal, as far output, I just put the hashtag up in the corner of the screen there. It's hashtag no bucks given. So whatever you upload, and we'll be uploading some other stuff too throughout the night, and checking things out as far as what you guys create, including basements, wonderful monstrosities. That's the hashtag you want to use when you upload stuff, because that way we'll be able to track stuff. We're gonna try and use maybe not everything, but we're gonna try and use whatever tickles our fancy. In fact, I have not even looked at the community creations up until literally right now to see what horrible creations are out there. I mean, wonderful creations are out there. So let's take a look, shall we? I'm afraid. Let's see.
Show me the money.
I don't know what to do. All right.
So, what were you gonna say, Base? Or well, actually, I just think it's a growing sport.
I think it's a good idea, but I think they might have
those that would watch it.
My problem is I think the way that they went about it with showcasing it on Twitter was a bit. It was so WCW overhyped under
I hated that. What was doing?
This Izzy Martinez, he has trained
90% of the people that were like, "Oh my god, they're doing something." Who the fuck is this guy?
God, I hated that.
This Izzy well, I know of Izzy Martinez.
I know, but I'm looking at like the public here.
Got you. But you see Hulk Hogan.
Basement, what the fuck?
You're gonna. They were just on Fox News the other day, so they're really gonna do this, and I'm
Smile is fucking me up.
It's my created character. I'm gonna have to create JP.
I love how you look like Silent Bob in the second one.
I don't know how, but I like it.
All right.
Worried about me?
Nobody would. Nobody.
We also got Cody.
You were gone. I'm just kidding.
So we got Cody and Basement so far. So
I'll upload a couple more. I just need to do their entrances and movesets and stats.
In case you guys are curious, what I've created thus far, and then I'll put some matches on so we can talk some other wrestling fodder. By the way, I have been grinding at this game for quite a while, and I have unlocked everything I can unlock at this point, like every fucking costume. I've beaten Myra. I've played Myrise 4 times, so I've unlocked pretty much unlocked everything in the game that you can unlock at this point. Which it didn't. Oh, there's a hole in my desk now because I was getting aggravated. Here's what I've made so far. So
You have no room to talk.
Exactly.
Oh wait, no.
Ridiculing me.
I have made the championships. And one thing. What the fuck? Oh, I'm doing it. God damn it. Sorry. There we go.
Fucking blowing my mind. Fucking menu master. He's the menu master.
Yeah, clearly I'm the menu master. Here we go. All right, here are the championships I've made thus far. So here we got the Horny Goat Wrestling Championship.
It will be mine.
Something a little different.
Is that the heavyweight championship?
That is the heavyweight championship, yes.
Okay.
That's the heavyweight title. Women's is basically, obviously, more or less the exact same thing, just with a white strap. I figured I'd keep that all about hold it tight.
Eastman, how do you feel about that?
What?
It's a very Kutuxin feel about the design of the world titles.
I'm just asking.
I don't know what's happening.
I don't
You're
either.
you're not a fan of the titles looking exactly the same. I'm sorry.
Well,
Smart ass.
I will say it's mainly
I don't
just because
mind
of
it.
laziness. Tag titles.
change it now. No, these are, I like these. These are good.
And then, last but not least, so far, the WTF Championship, which is basically akin to our hardcore title.
So we don't have a mid-card title?
Well, I was getting to that.
We have 3 active wrestlers on the roster.
Correct. So we're off to a good start. So for the mid-card title, was the No Bucks Given Championship, and I think pretty much the show No Bucks Given has pretty much been retired at this point in time, ironically. So we need a new idea for a mid-card championship. Another thing I wanted to also throw out there was, now with this version of the game, pretty much every championship we can make it intergendered. So women can fight for both the women's championship, they can fight for the WTF title, and even presumably this mid-card title. So I'm open to any suggestions as I pull up what I made for the arena.
I don't think we should get rid of the No Bucks Given title.
I would say keep it. I mean, if you want to have it be
Agreed.
the intergender title, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
It all depends on how much roster we end up having, right?
Oh, I
So-
forgot about these glitches.
Why don't you just make, if you can have men face women,
Yeah.
just fucking have at it. I'll slap Heather around for a
Just
little
call it
Yeah,
the Domestic Abuse Championship. DAC.
I kid. If you can have men versus women,
We can always
suggest-
shop around too. That's kind of how I found those other. So the championships that you saw were not. I did not make those from scratch. I basically shopped around on community creation, saw some like vague
Huge
general,
cheater.
Call it the domestic.
and then kind of obviously tweaked them. Will you stop it? Not the domestic.
Well, what are you else gonna call it? Fucking wife beater title?
Anyway, I just realized I forgot I have to fix this because if you notice the floating table in the background.
Yeah, I'm telling you, you get the title, put a wife beater on it. Perfect.
Yeah, let's just leave it as is.
We don't have a title for intergender matches.
You don't need one.
Well,
I think
you
it's
might.
starting off the stage.
I think we will need one because
You
we
know
only
what?
have about
You know
3
what?
women's wrestlers.
Do you know what I would do? I would. That's what I would name the mid card title. If anything, I would call it the intergender title.
All right, well, let's take a look at some championships then.
Call it the transgender championship. It's like our TV title.
Except we don't have TV.
That's transvestite.
Yeah.
No, I hate that they still haven't fixed this.
Yeah, I know. This is aggravating to me too. I don't know what this is.
What's going on? I don't understand.
Look how high up the championships are in those pictures, those preview pictures.
That's because those are created, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Still
that's
dumb.
what you
It
get.
wasn't like that with
when
the
you
other one.
fucking create shit.
It's all the way up.
Should we just have the
Yeet.
Should we just have the Yeet Championship be the our mid card title?
Here's the thing, and I want everybody to fucking understand what yeet actually
Wait,
fucking means.
should we do hold on.
Yeet actually means get the fuck out of here. Like, I'm gonna yeet you out of here. That's what it fucking means. So just so everybody knows, they're telling Jay to actually get the fuck out. Just thought I'd throw that out there. Anyway, go ahead.
I haven't seen that for a while.
How about, wait, what about the McDonald's
I
title?
like Jay.
Think we get sponsored?
What is the title for? Is this the intergender title that we're looking for?
Mid card championship, basically. I mean, we have we have our tag team, we have our hardcore title, we have our men's and women's respective world championships, and then we just need a secondary championship. So the stepping stone title to get you to the world title.
No, go with No Bucks Given Championship.
No, we want to do.
If it's just going to be a title, mid card title with no stipulation, then just do that.
All right, we'll do it up.
It fits. Go no bucks given, so no fucks given.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me see if I can. I think I have to upload the image.
And we can also do a intergender title.
Why you keep
we can find one of those.
What?
Sorry.
I don't know what he said either.
Just
Dick
keep
and
going.
balls.
I was talking to Heather.
Oh, okay.
We can have intergender tag titles as well.
Well, I figured the tag team championships could also be. It's all. It's all out there. Everyone versus everyone. Fuck him up.
I'm here for it.
I want as many opportunities to fight women as I can get.
All right, so I downloaded Basement.
You fight Gina first.
First match
I know what I'm gonna do.
Our very
What?
first show, it'll be Gina versus Basement.
I'm gonna create Connor's mom so I can finally fight her.
Yes. Yes.
Well, my son's in the game too.
Oh yeah, well I don't know. He beat my ass last time.
Your son. He also fought you.
I'm gonna have a gauntlet match against your entire family.
There we go.
Son is gonna turn on him.
Oh God.
What?
This fucking scared me, Trek.
Trek scared the shit out of Basement.
What did you say? Shipwreck?
Connor's son is gonna turn on him, dipshit.
Yeah.
Connor's son is
Sure
going to
will
turn
happen.
on who?
I'm gonna adopt him.
Connor.
Okay. I thought you were talking about Basement. I'm like, he fucking doesn't like Basement in the game, I guess.
It's gonna be like he's gonna be the new Dirty Dom.
So I wonder if I make JP, that I just get a download a Community Creations version of Stone Cold Steve Austin and just make some alterations.
Probably.
Do you think I should just do that?
Just take CM Punk.
Oh yeah.
I
maybe.
do not want to be a part of the game if you make me CM Punk. I'm going to tell you that right.
What's that?
I will not be a part of the game if you make me CM Punk.
Okay, I'll make you.
Don't use CM Punk.
Why not?
I do not.
No, as a basis.
Both have various he's CM Punk, you're JP Baker. Oh, that's perfect.
I am sorry, I cannot.
All right, let's find some monstrosities then.
All right. Oh, here's a couple.
Let's see. Should I look for anything specific as far as hashtag?
No.
Well, you're gonna have to if you want monstrosities.
Let's do
Monster.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, hold on, let me. Monster sounds like a good one. Monster. See.
Monster. Soon I'll give you my dick and balls.
All right, let's see what we got. Okay. There's some concerns.
Pumpkin head.
Is that supposed to be toothless?
I like the Cookie Monster. If he looks like that.
What was that? What was that?
He's not gonna.
What was that, Heather?
Fourth one in on the top row. Is that supposed to be fucking toothless?
No, it's a Pokemon.
No, it's
Okay.
Lucario.
Fair enough.
Smokey Lee. That's.
I don't know.
Cookie Monster.
Oh God.
We already met Cookie Monster.
Oh,
God, look at that Cookie Monster.
Oh my God.
Eddie from Iron Maiden.
He looks like a pedophile.
Oh my God, is that supposed to be? Oh, it's Eddie Van. I thought it was supposed to be Eddie Guerrero
No.
back from the dead.
Ooh. Oh God, no.
Frankenstein. It looked like John Cena.
A lot of abyss. I am concerned at what
Baby
this
bad boy?
is.
Baby bad boy. Oh yeah, look at that tie.
Why is this shit in the front?
His hands are coming out of his penis.
Oh my God.
He's having a bad day.
This is just really bad.
All right, baby bad boy.
Sold. All right, let's see what else. Yeah, there's a lot of She-Hulk. Oh God.
maybe bad.
Now they're not all gonna be like that. Oh, Pumpkin King's back in this one. Okay. But Lord,
Oh my God. Grandpa Smurf.
how ripped is he?
Super ripped.
Should we get him? Should we get him?
You might as well. We can always delete him.
Grandpa Smurf's gonna fuck your shit. All right.
I like
Venus
the Lord
and
God.
Fly Trap.
You like what, Tyler?
The Lord Zed on the end there.
Yeah, that Lord Zed actually looks pretty good. Does he have glass? It looks like he has glasses on. It actually looks really. It's actually pretty damn accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get a Power Rangers vest.
Oh God, you're.
Yeet Power. Oh my God, look at that Talador thing.
Well, if you got Zed, you got to have Rita in there too, don't
Wait,
you?
they have not from fucking Space Jam.
Yes.
That looks pretty
Yes.
good.
Wow. Okay. Obscure reference, but I'm all for it. War Ram? What the fuck? Looks like a chess piece.
Look at Huckleberry.
Oh boy, I'm
Oh God,
afraid.
yes.
Custom image. You don't know what's behind the other side.
I'll look at the way he stands. I don't think Huckleberry Finn stood like that.
I think I'm gonna download him and rename him.
Okay. That works.
What the fuck is
Do you know I'm gonna rename him?
JP? I will fucking kill you.
Mountain Man.
You're good.
Mountain Mama.
JP sounds great.
That's fine. I don't.
JP Huckleberry Bacon.
And watch, he has like the most outlandish, high-flying set routine.
Check out Talador.
Oh my God, I just saw that.
You know what he looks like? He looks like he survived a pants shitting.
It looks
gotta
like the
download
fucking
that.
pig guards in Star Wars.
Jesus Christ, what kind of... That's pure monstrosity.
This content is damaged.
Content is damaged.
Dude, no shit. Aren't we all?
Good.
Oh well.
Not allowed.
Good.
Fucking Talador. Not it.
Wait, Talador. Try again, Talador.
Talador's damaged. He's damaged goods.
No, Talador.
Come
All
on,
right,
bro.
I'm gonna throw on. All right. So we can talk some wrestling stuff in the meantime while I get some other things organized. What kind of match should we do?
I don't know. We don't have many wrestlers, do we?
Maybe a few. Oh, I know what Basement loves.
I was saying, either go with that or go with the
No,
gauntlet match.
You can just, does it really matter? Does it have to be our characters?
No, just throwing on something just to kind of throw. Plus, I got to see what our inventory is looking like. Where? There we
We have
go.
a Royal Rumble on.
I want a Royal Rumble on a Royal Rumble.
You want to try that again?
That was my idea. Bastards.
Custom. Bad boy.
Mm-hmm.
Mickey Mouse.
Oh, they got a couple. Oh yeah, look at that.
Oh,
Shrekishi. And of course my son. All right, we have quite a roster here. All right, I'm gonna put in my son. All right, we'll do random, and then let's see. We can do the. There we go. Perfect. All right, let's edit these and get rid of all these not fun people. All right, there we go. Now,
Like Gangradita?
uh-huh.
all right,
What
we,
the fuck is that?
we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Where's my
7.
Huckleberry?
He's in there.
Rikishi looks like Carl from Aqua
8.
Teen.
Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Oh, I just bit my
Nine.
tongue.
You okay there?
Oh, so good, so bloody.
All right, let's do this. Oh, we'll do entrances on.
Do do do.
Behold, the birth. God, Basement, that smile. Jesus.
Always smiling.
All right.
All right, he's right. I gotta take my clothes off. Give me a second.
Coming in hot at number 1.
Horny Goat Wrestling After Dark.
Well, it's a smaller HGW arena, if you noticed. I also brought back like red, white, and blue ropes. Little details. Cody starting.
Yes, Cody dominated before. Not to be this time, Cody. Rated something.
Now this is going to be this is just a preview match of coming attractions. Of course, we're going to wipe the slate clean. So title histories, everything is going to be completely rebooted, starting from scratch, baby. Probably do our first show soon, where we'll crown our first champions, our first women's and men's world's champions. So stay tuned. And again, use that hashtag #NoBucksGiven. Upload your stuff. I'll make the #NoBucksGiven championship in just a few.
You can take your time on that one. We don't need it done today.
It needs to be done now.
You silly bitch.
What?
I don't know.
Oh, see, look who responded. All right, Cody.
You want to talk about wrestling? I love how every time anybody gets released from WWE, it's like, oh my god, the company's filled with Nazis. This is just all Nazis.
Yeah. It's a $1 billion company. They can't afford to pay their
afford
people.
to pay somebody to do nothing? Come on.
So dumb.
Don't give me fucking.
Oh, we're going to. I have my own.
Here he
I
comes.
commented on Hey Yo is Jeremy's fucking profile. You done
It's
making noise over there? And then he sat there and he put out the post.
Beautiful.
Look whose entrance I have, JP, your favorite.
Yeah.
Is it Braun?
Oh, the Fetties.
Oh, that was Braun. That was Braun the Breaker. Keep talking. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
That's...
He put out the post of why is it every season that when people get released, y'all think those people are gonna die?
Yeah, it's like prayers and dreams
Yeah.
go to someone that was making way more money than me, or way more money I ever will, and is
and
20
then
years
go
old
on
and has a
to
great
ask-
future.
And they go on to ask, why aren't you upset about it? Why should I be upset about it?
I don't know those fucking people.
Put forward. I put forward, and I commented, and I said, here's a better question you could be asking them. What, as a wrestler, what's better? Getting released, being able to go to another company, learn to get fucking better, and then come back in 2, 3, 4 years, or sitting backstage twiddling your thumbs.
Well, a lot of people, like, I don't know, people just fucking goldfish brains. It's like, just because you are not in the company right now doesn't mean you won't come back. And in all honesty, a lot of these guys will leave, and it'll be a blessing in disguise, because they'll come back. They'll have established, hopefully, a better character somewhere else. And then they might be bigger when they return.
Because there's only been one wrestler released that I know of.
Oh, there's been more than that.
There's been quite a bit, but they're all...
There's been like 15.
It's all...
However, not every single person getting laid off is a fucking wrestler. They are laying employees, like writing staff. Like, they don't fucking need all of these fucking writers.
No.
Yeah.
So that's what they're cutting into. Like, they just released the chief of content writing or something like that. Why do they need that?
Well, I
Too
mean,
many titles for a small role.
I mean, we talked about this. I mean, every fucking week it seems like WWE is in talks to sign some new big women's talent more than men, but they also brought back Aleister Black, Rusev, established names. There's no space for these other people.
Exactly.
They'll be able to
Especially if
grow.
You're not doing anything that's garnering attention.
The problem is, if the WWE hired them and I was AEW, I'd be making phone calls.
Oh, you know he is.
Oh, for sure. But the people that were released are, I mean, in all honesty, Braun Strowman? What are you really going to do with Braun Strowman?
Yeah, they kind of. I think we talked about this earlier with Braun in terms of like they're making it like they had him, they brought him back, and it's like, and now what?
Yeah.
They brought him back with nothing to do for him. Like, he should have been part of the fucking Wyatt Six.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Some of these releases, and I'm not saying that Braun Strowman is one of them, could be, hey, we're going to do some that are kayfabe and some that aren't.
Yeah, that'd be kind of weird to do during real releases. Oh my god, if I can get eliminated immediately. And like the people that, okay, I looked at the people they're releasing. If they're gonna kayfabe any of those, that's fucking weird to me. Like fucking Gigi Dolan.
If they did that, well,
Dakota Kai.
I mean, it's possible.
Like it's pointless to me.
Well,
they needed to cut people.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say when I say they cut kayfabe, no, I think they let them go because they also understand that, like, hey, you know, how many times have we heard Triple H say leave and come back? You know, leave, go do this, and
for you. Like, why sit in the back for fucking 2 years, wasting your career?
Here comes Huckleberry.
You're not gonna get a chance.
And it's not even just wasting the career. The longer they sit in the back off TV, the more they're going to get forgotten.
Yep.
Honestly, for a lot of those guys, because most of them are relatively young, you get a chance to build up a character elsewhere. And if you've been on WWE television, you can pretty much get a wrestling job in any other wrestling
everywhere. Yeah.
Unless
so
he
the
did some
people
really
that are
fucked up
bleeding
shit.
hearts. Yeah, I know, but no, that's the case for none of these. So like it's like clockwork, man. Every time people get released, oh my god, worst thing ever.
Right?
Did you say they can't wrestle for 90 days?
30.
Okay.
It's not like any of them were like fucking.
Those actually.
Take some time away. Get healthy.
Do fan promotion shit.
I could be wrong.
None of them were riding fucking any heat in the business, so they're gonna lose nothing from disappearing for a month.
They're getting paid until that 30 days is up, so it doesn't matter.
Corey
that's what I
was
said in
one
the chat.
that was.
That's what I said in the chat. They're getting a huge severance package until the time is up, and they're also getting royalties if they're in 2K25.
Oh, lawsuit coming!
The thing that I saw more than anything
Lord.
upcoming talent that's in NXT that they got rid of, that they were literally just pushing, which is usually weird to me, but I get it if they tried to push. Not Cord, but they pushed. There was another woman that like they brought up to like SmackDown and they fucking fired her the next day.
Oh, Jakara? Yeah.
And then that guy that I was like, what the fuck is this guy? Why is he always wrestling? And he's always in promos in the back. Ethan something? I don't know.
Eddie Thorpe.
Ethan Page.
Maybe Eddie Thorpe. I don't know. Whatever his name is.
They're not gonna release Ethan Page.
Yeah, Shrekishi.
What?
I don't know. They released some guy who was always on TV when we watched the NXT PLEs. He was on the backstage segment. So I'm like, what the fuck are we showcasing this guy so much? Anyways, he's gone.
I think that was Eddie
He was
Thorpe.
like, he was native.
Yeah, it was Eddie Thorpe.
Eddie Thorpe.
Was he in the world title picture?
I don't know what he was in, but he got rid of it.
If
No, I don't
that's
think
what
so.
you're talking about.
It's to me, like in the past,
None
the
of the
people that were
backstage was always.
Yeah, but it's all I'm saying is usually when people got released in the past, it's because they literally have not been seen in like months and we're doing nothing.
Yeah.
Now it's all different.
Eddie Thorpe was doing something.
Well, now I think it's just they're realizing that the fan favoritism for those that they released was tapering off. So they're doing the preemptive. Get out there, get yourself healthy, go rebuild yourself, and then 2-3 years you can come back and we'll rework something for you.
I think that also like we're like, okay, we're gonna try this out, and you know it didn't work for a couple months. It's not getting over. This was it for you. Go away. If you come back and you're more interesting, then we can do something. But it's like the amount of people that always fucking cry about it online is wild. Man.
Yeah, Sean
Indy Hartwell from TNA.
Well, there you go. And TNA has a working relationship with WWE.
You're gonna see. I
can
can tell you right now, those people are gonna end up in here.
more than likely a good portion of them, yeah.
I also heard your girl, Nikita Lyons being sent. I saw that. No, it's not real. Because I saw it.
She might be, but I don't know. What?
No, the tweet was.
The
I've never seen
disappointment in
someone
his
being
voice.
sent from. I've never seen someone being sent from developmental to developmental.
Well, if you read what she said,
I didn't because I don't care.
okay. Well, I don't know why that's.
Now
it
sounds
is.
like JP.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, see how it's talking to yourself.
No, what the person said, yes, but the tweet that she put out said just gonna go to Evolve, check whatever. So apparently she's gonna be featured. I just want to make sure she's 100% healthy. I don't think
Well,
she's.
I mean, you also have to look at the state of the women's roster in NXT.
It is so
already
loaded right now.
so loaded. What are you gonna do with her?
Well, I think both Julia and Stephanie McClure are going to be coming up because they've been featured on the main roster the last 3 weeks. So.
Yeah.
I think they said Stephanie McCourt has officially been called up to the main roster.
But she's the NXT Women's Champion.
Yeah.
Not the first time this has happened.
No, they've done that before.
She's not going to win the world title. My point is,
No, she'll go on the main roster. Held that title for a bit.
she's going to lose at the next.
Yeah.
Pay-per-view, yeah.
She'll do the same thing that Banks did with it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I was gonna say well, I was looking up like just who the title holders are on the main roster in NXT before we did the show.
Mhm.
I'm like, man, it really feels like the era. Hey, look, Huckleberry man.
Classic.
It really, it really feels like the era when NXT had the almost like a better positioned roster and was putting on better shows. Like when I came back to wrestling and was watching NXT, that's where I feel like where we are. Because the title holders on the main roster are fucking horrible. All of them are bad, almost.
I was gonna say there's a couple that aren't terrible.
Well, you have John Cena, Jey Uso, Dominic Mysterio. The U.S. champion is
Fatu.
Jacob Fatu. Which I mean, if he's the best of the bunch, holding the title is pretty bad. And the tag teams, you have Street Profits, who cares, and New Day, who really cares.
Oh, I gotta fix this.
The women's, they put the what happened with Chelsea Green?
She lost to Zelina Vega.
But she also said she's like, goodbye WWE forever.
No.
That was her character being dramatic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's.
Do you think?
She lost the U.S. title. That was her being, I don't love this country anymore.
Do you think it's smart to have taken the title off her to give it to Zelina Vega?
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Zelina Vega, does anybody care about her?
I think. Oh, good point. Didn't think of that one. I think that like Zelina is like. I think she's a hard enough worker and she can get the job done, and it's again like a thank you, like, oh, you've put in so much hard work and effort, here you go. And that's why they did not give her the championship at first. I think Chelsea Green, I can't say the same thing for Chelsea Green, to be honest. She also puts in tremendous work.
Chelsea Green has been featured on TV like every week.
Yeah, she was heavily over, which is why I'm like, this is the reason I'm bringing it up is because I think they brought the women's mid-card title so too soon before the roster was ready.
Agreed.
They put that one on Chelsea Green, which was great. But now, like, the move to me seems it's definitely not moving upwards, and for me, it's moving slightly downwards. So I don't know.
Looky.
Well, this is what happens when you put the women that could be in that spot,
like who,
in multi-person fucking matches and storylines, so that you can't use them for the mid-card title, like Bianca.
Bianca's fucking. I just want.
I don't see her any higher than mid-card.
I don't see her at all.
Aru says Axiom versus Braun Breaker and Gunther versus Rey Mysterio, but with a catch. The catch is they're in the tournament.
Yeah. I'm just playing around with tournament things, and I just want to see what you can and can't do. So a couple of cool notes to just mention here for the tournament. You can do, of course, one-on-one tag team, a Dusty Rhodes Classic, which is basically a NXT tag team to win the Dusty Cup. And then you have a mixed gender tag team tournaments like the mixed match challenge.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they did on Facebook.
It says on the screen.
What I would strongly, I'm going to throw this out there. I'd say we start off our HGW season with the Bobbit Invitational.
Yes.
Yeah.
To a tournament to claim the championship.
Speaking of which, let's make that No Bucks Given title. Oh, I gotta download the image. Damn it. I forgot I gotta do all the things. Nope.
But yeah, I don't know. Like that to right now, the positioning that they're in, and I know it's right after WrestleMania. This they won't look anywhere. I hope to God it won't look anywhere the same when it comes to SummerSlam. But the world title holders are all just stinking shit to me. Just the champions in general, for the most part, on the main roster.
Could Logan? All right. Actually, I'm going to throw two things out there. First and foremost, do you think that there is actually a legitimate possibility that Logan Paul could win the title from Jey Uso this soon after WrestleMania?
No.
And two, my follow up, and maybe it's just me. I'm actually going to pull up the card in a second because I don't know the full of it. But from off the top of my head, the Backlash card looks like really, really good on paper.
Yeah, McAfee versus someone.
Gunther.
Yeah.
Here's one thing that I will give WWE credit for. They are trying to tell a pretty good. They're trying really hard with the women right now. That's about it. That's all I got.
Everything else.
What's John Cena doing at
Randy
Backlash?
Orton.
Anybody know?
Randy Orton.
Orton.
I think the problem is too soon for me.
So
Yeah, there's no build. It's check. You know what they're doing with John Cena? It's just fucking. They made a list. They checked it twice. Yeah.
So
unless they do something big at SummerSlam.
Right now, that has been officially confirmed for Backlash is John Cena and Randy Orton for the undisputed title. Lyra Valkyria versus Becky Lynch for the women's Intercontinental title. That has potential. Pat McAfee versus Gunther, and just announced tonight on SmackDown, a fatal 4-way for the U.S. title. Jacob Fatu against LA Knight, Damian Priest, and Drew McIntyre.
That was made tonight.
Yep. As I said, yep.
That to me is a weird.
I'm going to be honest with this. With that match, I sincerely hope Drew does not win it. He
Agreed.
needs to be in the world title picture.
Agreed.
I actually hate that match in total.
Do you want to know what I think they should do? And I told Heather this today. They should have R-Truth beat John Cena for the title.
Even if he holds it just for one day. Oh my God!
Not a bad idea.
I mean, okay, it's funny.
Yeah,
but let's.
It's not happening.
No, it's not.
If it did happen, the amount of fans would be like, "He just made everything John Cena did a farce." Like, well, didn't John Cena do that when he came back? And, acted like Ernest.
Vern.
What the fuck was I gonna say? I hate that match, that Fatal 4-Way. First of all, LA Knight and McIntyre should just not be in it.
No,
they're above the mid card now. Don't bring it back. But they have to do something with them because the fucking main event is filled with has-beens and nobodies.
It should. If they're going to do a Fatal 4-Way, they should have made it Dominic, Finn Balor, Damian Priest, and I don't know who else. But
JD McDonough. Back from the dead.
There you go. Or just make it a whole Judgment Day fucking match and have it be Finn Balor, Carlito, Fergie Ballin, and JD McDonough.
I like Justice Day a lot better than Judgment Day.
I would have like Dominic Mysterio be fighting in a Fatal 4-Way before I put Jacob Fatu in one.
So
yes.
I think that the Fatal 4-Way is an excuse to have crossover with other performers to spin off from this match to continue on afterwards. I think like
LA Knight and McIntyre are gonna have some sort of feud.
Yep, like something along those lines, yeah. And then maybe Damian Priest can go off with Jacob Fatu for the U.S. title, and then you're basically like doing a rotation.
I feel like if they want LA Knight and McIntyre to fight, do it some way else. Then putting them in a mid card match makes no sense.
I'm not saying it's the best way. I'm just saying that's how I see this match being done. Like that's I see the reason. That's the reason I see this match happening, is to kind of do a little bit of spin your partner roundy round dosey do with LA Knight.
I mean, it does it. You can make a rivalry off of it, but for me, like you're bringing them back to put them together. Yeah, there's regression.
It's lazy.
In order to move forward, yeah. Oh shit! Why is this sticking in my ass?
Coleman Brains is coming to say hello.
Alpha says, Alpha does not like the John Cena heel thing. There was potential there, but man, when I saw the way he acted in the Royal Rumble, I was like, oh god, goof troop.
There's still some fun that we could have in this heel run, but
I think the ship has sailed, man.
Oh man, I don't know.
I hate you fans that bought me my mansion.
Yeah.
It's like such
The
a
Rock
tired
was a
bro.
no-show because he was never supposed to show up, Aaron.
The Rock is a fucking cunt.
Yeah.
That's why.
He is.
The whole thing.
It's not that he wasn't a no-show.
Did you see
Gonna show up.
Coach was saying there's like legitimate heat between The Rock and Triple H about who's running the company. But
Coach
Triple H
is
is
a
running it. Yeah, I know. He's somewhat in the business.
Coach.
Jonathan Coachman, my favorite man alive.
Coach is an idiot.
Coach is a jackass.
Damn it.
No, he's just an idiot.
I guess we won't discuss that.
I take what he says with a grain of salt.
I mean, it's okay. To be honest with you, like, if the majority of your audience is like, "What the fuck is this shit at WrestleMania?" Something happened, man. It doesn't. I can't imagine Triple H, the Booker of the Year, putting all this shit together. That was the answer to the end of the night.
Oh no!
What they came up with.
It's been a known thing that's what they did. It is a known
Obviously,
thing.
it's a known thing. We all watched it.
Right, but I'm just saying that.
No, I think he's talking about the no love lost between Triple H and The Rock.
No, I don't think there is that.
Oh, I think
Then the whole thing makes no sense.
I think there's
honestly.
I think there's a professional jealousy between Rock and Triple H, and they try to outdo each other in this situation. And I think that not that like Rock or Triple H like made these moves to purposely spite each other, but in terms of like
I can see The Rock doing it.
Oh no, in terms of Triple H. In terms of Triple H taking over COO and then and Rock coming in as CEO or board on the board, but I do think that it's a big fucking dick swinging prick fight between the two of them.
Nick Khan runs the show.
Well, then fuck him, because that show was god awful.
Well, what I'm saying is he is in charge.
I don't think in all honesty,
He's just on the board.
They're
just using that as a storyline.
But if you look at Triple H's body of work, and you can go back to WrestleMania beforehand, right? There is no fucking way they're greenlighting that ending where Travis Scott comes out and nobody cares. They're not. He is not that fucking.
I'm not saying Triple H again. I'm not saying Triple H did. I'm not saying that. Triple H made chicken salad out of tried making chicken salad out of shit.
Something with a chicken.
So
like, well, who's making that decision? Who's making that decision? Is
what I'm saying is they. I said it today or yesterday. We were talking about it on the way to. I can't remember the conversation though. It was along the lines where. It had something to do with...
If The Rock only shows up to fuck things up, stay away forever, please, God.
No, and I agree with you. But I think The Rock was brought in because they were going to try to do something. And then The Rock came out, did a press conference, did an interview with Pat McAfee and said, I couldn't commit to WrestleMania because I have other things going on.
So
again, and I said this. Why the fuck did you show up in the first place then?
Yeah.
Well, from what The Rock said,
everybody's mad at The Rock. Nobody's mad at Triple H.
No, I'm just saying. Yeah. Well, that was my original position. Fuck The Rock. But like the Rock said, oh, I got a call from Nick Khan. They were talking about low ratings coming into WrestleMania season.
That's what he said. Yeah.
This is what he said. So I had to come. I had to come out. They had to call the final boss, me, to come out to do things that don't make any sense and then disappear. I mean, The Rock is not an idiot. None of these people are dumb. You can't do this to it. You can't fucking set up a main event and then just like flaccid cock it and expect people to just accept it. So like when it comes down to it, it was a massive fail on everyone's behalf. And it killed. It really, for me, it was the nail in the coffin to the John Cena thing. You don't care anymore. Get him out of here. Retire. Go make movies. I don't give a shit. I don't want to see you wrestle or try to wrestle again. And
yet we're getting this.
Yeah, it was terrible. And The Rock should just stay away because I don't know. Like they're hinting at all these things with The Rock, and then there's no payoff. So
now, what I will say is, I could see The Rock trying to lay blame off himself by saying said things.
Well, The Rock has slowly become like he used to literally rewind 10 years. Everyone loves The Rock, but there's been some bad publicity with The Rock. The fucking Maui thing didn't go over well.
This is I was gonna say this.
Hulk Hogan himself, man.
WrestleMania 40 was a godsend that they were able to pull off the shit show based off of the clusterfuck they had going into WrestleMania 40. Like, thank Christ they stuck the landing. 41, I feel like, wasn't as lucky, and this feels a lot like the DC power play bullshit that Rock was pulling before they made before they announced.
There's a new fucking name in the DC universe. The hierarchy. Fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck that up too. Like the guy he's slowly. He's a weird midway poison pill.
And not, you know what? It's also him showing up on a different podcast and sitting there saying, you know, well, if they were having so much trouble, I could have finessed things and made my way there. Motherfucker, put the fucking ego away. Take a step back.
It's becoming
disaster you are creating with this shit.
He used to do a pretty good job at kind of like bolstering his ego and try to be like a normal person. But my God, man, it's out of control. The fact that they had him on for Netflix and they put their world champion in the audience, like that is so disrespectful. Gina, shut up! You're a liar.
What?
I don't hate John Cena. Don't get me wrong. It's just
I hate the way he.
It's really had to be done very well for it to work.
There is the politicking going around on who they wanted to turn heel. I think that's a lot of where a lot of the people are saying that there's heat between The Rock and Triple H, and I can understand that. But I don't think it's the kind of heat where them two fucking try to sabotage each other.
No,
I think what it is The Rock is The Rock is higher up on the totem pole than Triple H. So if The Rock wants to do something, they're gonna okay it. He's on the fucking board.
So is Triple H.
In the same capacity.
The Rock has more share.
It's funny, but he's still.
I mean, when it comes to like fandom, The Rock is a megastar. Yeah. So if Nick Khan, the guy with the money, he's gonna be like, if we want to bring eyes on the product, bring in The Rock. This is why we got him for Netflix. This is why we have him show up. But you can't just have. He's not like a fucking trick pony. Just walks in and all of a sudden ratings go out the roof, and then who cares what he does? Never come back. Make storylines that go nowhere. Why not?
Yeah,
I just telling you what I. I don't know. Just me spitballing. Listening to some of the commentary on it and reading some things, I don't think there's this.
No, I don't think there's this like massive fucking war going on behind.
No, but I think it's a fucking ego trip.
Oh, sure.
Between the two of them.
Sure. But that was there when they were in competition with each other.
Correct.
It's always going to be there.
Yeah.
That does that it could have helped, but it didn't. If anything, I would have gotten both Triple H and The Rock involved in the storyline. I know Triple H can't wrestle, but they could do it as executives.
They could do a fucking standoff and be nose to nose and create that spark.
There is so many things they could have done and they failed on it. And I agree with it. It was complete. It was the popcorn fart in church. And anybody that wants to fucking say, "Oh, that was the greatest thing since fucking 1998," shut the fuck up.
See, I wouldn't have been so up in arms if the whole year people weren't fucking waxing Triple H's cock like crazy. Then all of a sudden he gets to WrestleMania season. It's like, well, I guess I'm just going to let my brain leave the fucking arena.
No, he has. I think he just wanted to get this WrestleMania over with because he wanted to focus on the women. They have really...
terrible excuse.
Well,
I just want to get the show of the year over so I can focus on women.
I'm not saying that's what he did. I'm just saying he's probably in his mind glad it's over. So now he's really trying with the women's division. He's trying to develop it again.
So I have an educated guess as to what I think happened. I think that, at least based off of what like Rock went on Pat McAfee's show and he kind of spoke a lot and he revealed a lot, and if you kind of can read in between the lines, you can kind of figure out how things are kind of pieced together as far as the timeline and events. The reason Rock got involved, they said, and he said, was Chamber had low ticket sales, so they're like, we need you to beef them up. Like, fuck, okay. So Rock apparently came up with the idea of selling Cody selling his soul, and apparently that was a litmus test to see if they wanted to turn Cody heel or not. And Rock said, "Oh, for later." I don't think he was thinking for later. I think he was thinking for now. I think Rock wanted to turn Cody heel now. And when they didn't click and they sided with Cody and they kept cheering with them, they're like, all right, let's cool it and we're gonna turn John Cena heel instead. Now, I think that the plan was always to do Cody versus Cena at WrestleMania, but I think the Cena heel turn was forced more so because of the Rock situation.
Agreed.
I think that, in fact, WWE's doing and I actually am hopefully very much looking forward to this series, and I hope it's not a fucking bust. They're going to do a new series on Netflix, The Untold, where they actually go in the writer's room.
Hate it.
What's that?
I kind of hate them pulling back the curtain on everything in wrestling.
It's going to get done anyway.
Cody wins the belt back, bitches.
I think the reason why WWE is doing it is because they're like, you want to know what happens behind fucking scenes with the writers? Here you go.
I mean,
I don't think it's going to be an ongoing thing. I think they're just going to.
I just wonder if that is.
I don't think they're going to pull the curtain back on everything.
I think it's. I honestly, it's just I fucking don't like it at all. Just keep it unknown.
I don't.
Old man yells at clouds. I'm just kidding. No, I get it too. Like I think that like we obviously know, and kind of us specifically, and obviously our wonderful peeps in the chat know too. You know, we're all fans to the point where like we kind of can see the tribulations and like the ebbs and flows, and obviously we keep our ears on the dirt sheets or whatever you want to fucking call them. Rumor mill. But very good, Cody. But
so, and one thing I have noticed is, in the belts, is they aren't Velcro anymore.
Some are, but
I think they have an option. I did see that. I think what was it the other night they did it. The tag team, the girls tag team belts were snap-on.
Snap-on.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
It's all right. I can't remember what I was talking about now. Anyway.
Fuck! I don't want to see that show. I don't want them
Oh
to
yes,
show
the
the
Untold thing.
Well, it's the Wizard of Oz. What's behind the curtain? And you find
I-
out it's like, oh fuck, it's a midget acting like a retard.
I don't want. I don't want like. I want like maybe maybe 2 seasons. That's it. That's all
I
I
want
want.
0 seasons. I don't want that show at all.
Oh.
I think it's a mistake.
Guess what? You're gonna get it. You don't have to watch it.
I
think
want
it's
to
a
watch it.
because you're gonna get all these fucking
There are
dweebs,
people
these
that
wrestling
wanna
dweebs. Well,
know-
actually, if you watch the show, you'll see the hierarchy of what they do in the back. It's
I
not
want
what
to.
the
I
fuck-
want to
don't
know.
think it's even gonna be that.
Well, I really want to know more. I really want to know the process in terms of like. I'm not. I mean, listen. I'm sure we're gonna see fucking crazy fucking ideas thrown out there and shit like that. We're like, oh, I would like that idea versus that one. But in terms of just like the actual like the ebbs and flows, and I want to like know like, okay, how far are you guys looking out? Are you looking at like milestones? Is it an outline process? I mean, and
I
Triple
think
H
it's
is kind
gonna
of
be a lot more
fluid.
disappointing than most people think. It's
Probably.
gonna be a lot more like by the fucking cuff of our pants type bullshit.
Hey, probably. But I'm still looking forward to it. Right. What should we throw out here for any match requests that we want to throw out there?
Motherfucker.
Oh, motherfucker.
The Baba Invitational.
There you go.
Can't do it now. We don't have all of
There you
it.
fucking joining Cause Chaos. I'm already there.
I'm already there.
Fuck you. No, fuck you.
He's talking to Gina.
Already there.
God.
I'm gonna come.
That's weird.
All right.
That's weird.
All right. I got an idea. Give me a second here. Let's do.
Just fucking kill me, motherfucker.
I will say though, as far as like Triple H's time heading the company, main roster wise, I'm the least invested I have been since he took over. NXT, I'm in on. I won't watch it, but I watch the PLEs. At least there's hope.
They're doing
there.
a lot of shit with TNA, which I watched an episode of that I watched that last night, and I don't know how. I'm just getting how in the fuck is Joe Hendry over? I actually like him, but how in the fuck is he over?
It's the Yeet effect.
He's very smart.
No, yeah, well, he's a marketing guy.
Exactly. Yeah.
He is.
Exactly.
100% He's a marketing guy.
But he is an actual. He's one of those freestyle wrestlers.
Yes.
I
He's
can
not
see him.
terrible in the ring, but he's very much an NXT gimmick.
Oh God, yes.
You know, like the perfect 10, fucking. Oh my God, it's Tyler. Very one note.
my
that
God,
would be
it's Gina.
huge.
But he got a huge pop at WrestleMania, and people fucking love him. I get it. I like it. I don't know why.
He's a cult. He's portraying a cult leader. You don't get it?
I don't know if that's the case, but I do like his fucking entrance though.
It's like, yeah, it's evangelical fucking cult leader.
Exactly.
Vibes.
That's exactly. It's one of those cults that it pertains to be
But
a religion.
He is actually really good in the ring.
He's.
I watched
don't say-
it.
I don't say he's really good, but he's good. He's good.
No,
enough.
he's really good. When you haven't seen him really go yet.
What's up, Gina?
Hey, Gina.
Can you hear
Good talk,
us?
Gina.
That's what I think. Because if he's
Oh God.
Hey, oh,
Yes,
God.
we
What
can.
are you now?
fuck is that?
That was
You
a
sound like Ben Krasenstein. They fucking.
That was a
No,
mouse.
it was his Ben Krasenstein. That's what you sound like.
I don't know who that is.
I don't either. Ben Krasenstein.
Was that somebody
All right.
from 1952, JP?
Nope.
All right, so are we in? Should we crown our first men's champion? We'll do a 4-way between Basement, me.
He's like
No,
40.
we gotta do an
like
official
fucking
show
me.
for championships.
What?
Come on, we gotta do an official show for championships. We gotta do this like we were doing HGM. You can't just throw it on a random night.
Touche.
Come on, man. Come on.
Fine. All right, then what
Have
else?
some respect for the business.
What else should we do?
You just killed me.
that can be arranged.
Just fucking kill me.
We
Motherfucker.
should do.
I think hold on, I'm gonna switch over to my fucking phone for Discord.
We should do.
I'll be back.
Oh, I'm not showing you.
The hell? Yeah, do a 30-man Royal Rumble. Let's go. Can we do men and women?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's not do that. Yeah, pick whoever you want.
We just did a Royal Rumble.
Well, we're doing another one. Another
Okay.
get used to it. I don't know what else.
There, I put that picture of that guy that I said that I was talking about. Sounds like Gina. Yeah, that's that guy. He sounds like Gina. Now imagine that face talking like Gina.
Why'd you send a gay porn link?
I don't like this link.
I mean,
See?
What?
Oh, yeah, that's just it looks like a normal man.
Yeah, he sounds like Gina.
who sounds like me?
The guy I put in the chat.
You sound like a man, is what he's saying, Gina.
Hey, you fuck!
No, he sounds like a girl.
I was gonna say, I don't know whether to take offense to that or not.
But you sound like this guy.
He's up there,
I
bud.
sound like man. I sound like man.
You have a deeper voice than he does. But when you
No.
came on, can you hear me? That's what he sounds like. That's
Well,
what he sounds like.
I purposely made my voice that fucking high.
You're like the Bernadette of the group. You get fucking
Bernadette.
mad and you fucking
Bernadette.
yell, but you sound like a fucking mouse half the time.
That's true.
It's bad we don't have a laugh track.
Get some weird.
But-
What are you doing?
But
Adding
like,
Rumble
if I'm in
participants.
person, then I'm angry.
Yeah.
He's free.
Yeah.
What? What?
Aru, nobody wants that. Like Gina versus Finn Balor for custody of Dom. Like,
What kind of match are you doing, Connor?
Another Rumble.
No?
Another Rumble.
I heard you the first time.
Okay.
You're putting fucking Rhea fucking Ripley in that fucking match?
Putting toys in
No,
them.
putting the toys in.
well,
Mhm, pretty much.
It does make
The
things
lead
more
Undertaker
interesting.
looks like the Great Muta. Oh, I have a legitimate. This is.
Yeah.
Give me your Mount Rushmore for the. Yeah,
Okay,
Connor, you could probably do. You
re-
could probably do the '60s.
Real quick.
70s.
Real
Yeah.
quick.
Cemetery.
Jean-Paul Levesque was a fucking pain in the ass to unlock. I didn't want him. Completionist brain took over. Fuck this game. Go ahead.
excuse me.
Who is your Mount Rushmore for the '80s?
I don't even know half the wrestlers from the 80s.
If you can't give me 4 wrestlers that you know from the '80s,
I mean, you got to put
You're
Hogan,
not
Flair.
Hogan and Flair.
Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, Hogan and Flair got to take up 2. It's the other 2 I'm having troubles with.
Snuka.
not enough for me. So basement, go
George
ahead.
the Animal Steel. I don't know. I'm just guessing people.
I mean, he was wrestling.
I would do Hogan, Flair, Piper, and fuck that 4th one.
George the Animal Steel. Don't discount him.
Well, wait. When did Sting win the world title?
Andre the
From Sting? Ew.
It was
Andre the
see the
Giant
thing.
was
Andre. I want to say Andre, but I can't. It's just like it's not that it's not.
Just say it.
No, I want to do it. I wanna say it.
Andre.
No, I would go with either Sting or Savage.
Savage.
Yeah, I would. That's pretty good. So, Hogan,
Flair,
Flair,
Piper,
Piper, and I can agree with that.
and either
Hogan, Piper, Flair. And Savage.
Yeah, I would say Sting or Savage. It would depend for me. I would probably lean more towards Savage.
Just because I can't think of anybody else, I'm just gonna say all the fucking Von Erichs. I don't care.
I mean,
George Animal Steel. Come on.
they were okay, but they never really drew any money.
That's
They
because
didn't-
they all died.
The Von Erichs, they drew
For one.
money.
Around in the 80s.
They drew money at a certain level.
Yeah, in Texas.
Right.
Yeah,
But
that's
like
not fair,
Hogan-
though, because like they all died except for one of them. So
Well, they were all alive during the 80s, though. And I will say that I can't even think of his name. The one that died over in Japan
David.
Yeah.
was supposed to win the World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah.
Where
You know what?
Kerry did,
You know
and he was
what? Like
supposed to have the
that
run with
one.
but he died.
I think like that one was really fucking sad. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're all sad, but like that one was really sad because like he wanted to go to the
Houston, Texas.
yeah, his dad was a fucking prick because like he wanted to go to the hospital to get checked out before he went to Japan, and his dad told him to suck it the fuck up.
He did.
Okay, I don't know about that. I don't remember that. I'm not saying
that was coming. That was coming. I just watched a documentary on them today, and that was coming from the one that's still alive. That was directly from his lips. Like his dad literally told him.
Kevin.
I was
yeah.
there.
That he
I
can
can confirm.
The saddest one is the youngest.
Well, yeah, with drowning in the puddle
Shit.
or whatever. But
No, he blew his brains.
No, the little kid.
The youngest one?
yeah. Oh no, I'm thinking
Technically,
of
the
oldest,
youngest.
but
Technically, the youngest
I'm
one
thinking of the-
electrocuted himself.
I thought it was the oldest, but he was like 2 when
They
that
looked at
happened.
like Kevin McAllister toast.
Kevin is the oldest. Kevin's still alive.
I'm
Yeah.
talking about, yeah.
Jack Von Erich Jr. Was,
Yeah, thank you.
Was
That's
the
the one.
was the little kid? He electrocuted himself when he was like 3.
Yeah, because like he was in a water puddle and touched an electric fence or something like that.
Yep.
He was the most electrifying man in sports.
I don't
my
remember
God,
him.
Pete.
I'm talking about
Off.
the youngest one that offed himself. Sorry.
That would
Well,
be.
The guy that I'm not David.
Oh shit.
Harry's
Brian.
the one that
Henry.
Harry's the one that OD'd in the woods, I think.
Boris.
No, hold
Yeah.
on. Mike. There was Mike.
Mike
Mike's
was
the one that blew his brains out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Harry.
Harry OD'd,
Could have
but
said a
yeah,
little bit
Harry
better, but
OD'd. Yep.
Chris.
yeah, Carrie OD'd in the forest or something like that.
Chris Von Erich was the one who.
Harry blew his
He was shorter than the other brothers. He wanted to wrestle and he couldn't do it. Yeah.
Harry,
Yeah, he was the one that went in the forest.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah,
one.
Chris.
Yeah.
Chris Von Erich.
but all right, so that's the 80s. What about you there, Swizzle Tip?
80?
Little tits.
Ric Flair,
Okay.
Randy Savage,
Okay.
Steamboat.
Yeah, Steamboat was one I wrestled with too.
I mean,
Where about the Funkster?
he was
He was more
in
than
the
that.
70s. That's when he was.
There you go.
Cherry.
Orange.
Oh,
One of two people.
You cannot.
down
Not.
with the phone. You could tell that was the 70s with the
Wasn't Jake the Snake? Was Jake the Snake wrestling in the 80s?
Yeah, he was, but like,
Go ahead.
Jake never reached like
No.
the
Jake was
heights
good,
of
but he never-
of the others.
No.
I mean, listen, if it's your personal Mount Rushmore, I can't fucking criticize anybody's fucking their personal.
I couldn't agree with it though.
But but for me, for 80s, those are the four for me.
My last one for the 80s would probably be Hogan.
What about the 90s?
Hogan, Buxton,
Okay.
The Rock,
Okay.
Mick Foley.
Okay.
And the Undertaker.
So I'm gonna say, okay, it's all right. I mean, I disagree with
Mick Foley,
Mankind,
no.
but
I have to put Kurt Angle in there.
For what, the Mount Rushmore for the 90s?
I wouldn't say 90s for him. Didn't he come in 2000?
I don't think so.
Yeah, Kurt came in 99.
Yeah, but
he was pretty big right off the bat. Okay, fine. Not him. Latino.
Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah, Eddie Guerrero for sure.
Okay.
Chris
The
Benoit.
Undertaker.
There's a
Benoit, yes.
lot. Dean Malenko, the biggest head in the game.
Fucking Mount Rushmore.
Imagine trying to put him on Mount Rushmore. Fucking the whole thing is collapsing.
For me, I'd still put Hogan there.
Oh god.
Right? But he was a money drawer and he drew eyes to the business.
Yeah, maybe.
His great matches.
It doesn't fucking matter about his fucking matches.
It was the main
Okay.
one.
For you, it may be, but for me, it was he drew eyes to the business, and that's what I look at. And
Yeah, Mr. Nanny.
it is what it is. So Hogan, Flair was still pretty hot in the '90s. Sting.
Actually, Sting is 90s was the hottest moment for him.
Yeah.
Sting was really good in the '90s.
I still have to have Stone Cold, The Rock,
And Stone Cold,
Undertaker, Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels really wasn't. I mean, he had that one little run in the '90s, but he really wasn't.
Oh my
It
god,
was
I
more
can't mind.
2000s was when he was.
I saw Shorts fighting people in the ring. Broke my
Yeah,
brain.
like, what the fuck is going on here?
Well, Shawn Michaels is like late 80s to 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't a big thing in the '80s.
But he's big in the early 90s. I mean, if they're gonna put
He
Hulk
was-
Hogan
yeah, he
in
was-
there, I think Shawn Michaels has to be.
Well, and Shawn Michaels was actually really big throughout the entire 90s because he was in DX.
Yeah,
In
Triple H is there, too.
'99 or '98.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
DX
okay.
actually, didn't that start in like 96?
But DX was fucking huge for like multiple years in the 90s.
DX started right before WrestleMania. It's like
I mean, you can argue how big Stone Cold was like for years in the 90s. He wasn't there for half the fucking 90s. Nobody cared.
Yeah, but like the entire company was like
But-
basically Stone Cold and The Rock in the 90s.
DX was
Again-
a moment where the whole company was.
again, you
was
look
relying
at
on
it,
him.
he drew eyes to the business.
So did DX. Massive.
Yeah, but it wasn't because of just Shawn Michaels. In fact, it is argued that the better DX was the one that Triple H.
Why?
I would say Triple H is the bigger star of DX, but
I have a question.
Shawn Michaels is the better overall talent.
I have a question. Why is JP arguing on everybody else's Mount Rushmore?
I'm not gonna argue with you.
But I can't debate.
I'm still going with George the Animal Steel for all of them.
Go ahead, George. I mean, I would disagree with that.
The 90s is really hard because you're picking four
It
out
is.
of like
You
12
could
top
actually,
talent.
you could do one for WCW and one for WWE in the
I
90s.
didn't watch WCW
Oh, see, okay.
enough.
I did. Then
And
it
I
would
would
be
just choose Hulk
Hogan.
Hogan, Nash, and fucking Razor Ramon.
No, it'd be Hogan,
Goldberg.
Sting.
You gotta go Goldberg. He was
So
Brock Lesnar of that
I'm-
fucking company.
I'm actually looking at it from an angle of like whose moves are still repeatedly used.
Shawn Michaels is everybody super kicks
So like,
everything.
yeah, so like for me, Mount Rushmore, if you go based on that, it would be Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Chris Benoit, because like the headbutt isn't used, but like triple across face
How
is
many
used a lot.
wrestlers at the time?
And I don't, and I will say this, and it can be, and this is why I say you can't just say all WWEs, because that's what you watch. I would argue
What?
Hulk Hogan outgrew
Why would I vote for something I didn't watch?
Hulk Hogan outdrew Shawn Michaels throughout most of the 90s.
Right, but that still doesn't change the fact that like he wants Shawn Michaels on his Mount Rushmore.
The thing is, Hulk Hogan was a lunchbox wrestler.
I'm
Shawn
not
Michaels
saying
was
he
like
really
a
was.
legit wrestler.
I think you're missing the point of what I'm trying to say. I'm not
I think
saying
it's just
he-
like what are qualifiers for Mount Rushmore is. I'm not gonna vote for a guy like Jey Uso just because he's so over. Because he's
Oh no,
garbage,
Jey
right?
Uso is definitely not. No.
But this is the argument. I'm not gonna vote for Hulk
No,
Hogan just because he's so popular when he's literally
But-
something I don't want to watch in ring
Okay.
or on the mic or anywhere. People like him. Good.
It's not just the in ring. It's the drawing of the money. It's the
Hulk Hogan.
I mean,
There's no doubt that Hulk
popularity.
Hogan is like a generational wrestling talent.
no.
Well, okay, so here's the thing.
Here,
I
I'm not saying it's just the wrestling.
No, what I'm
think
saying is
that-
how important he is to
Okay.
the business. Hulk Hogan.
I think that like if you want to go based on like how important they were to the business at the time, then Hulk Hogan would definitely take the 80s. But I think Stone Cold would probably take the 90s because like Stone Cold was a huge market for
I think
WWE in the 90s.
Mount Rushmore. Stone Cold is. I don't disagree with Stone Cold at all.
Right. No, I understand. I was just saying, like, if we're going, like, generational like
honest
that,
with you,
I think
if we're
Stone
gonna
Cold
go-
would take it down the 90s.
If you're gonna go 90s, you're gonna go Stone Cold, The Rock, Triple H, Undertaker. They were the most influential. What the fuck is that? They were the most influential wrestlers of that era.
Yeah, look, he's very argumentative.
What's Hulk Hogan in there?
I hear him. I'm not saying he's wrong. I don't think that is true.
Okay.
Who would you replace?
I already told you who I would put in. If it was just four, Hulk Hogan is definitely there.
So who would you take out of the four I said? For Hogan?
Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels is not in. I said Triple H, Undertaker, Stone Cold, and The Rock.
Oh, The Rock.
Ooh.
I don't know how you.
I don't know about that.
The Rock is arguably bigger than Hulk Hogan.
Not at the time. At the time, he wasn't.
Well, here's the thing. If you're talking about the early 90s, then you're correct. But if you're talking about the late 90s,
The Rock didn't get hot until like the end of 98, 99.
That's still part of it, man.
I'm not saying that.
that's why.
I don't think he was bigger than Hogan.
But that's what I'm saying. This is like very
The Rock
subjective because it all depends
The
on
Rock
like
was-
what.
The Rock wasn't. I mean, yeah, he was drawing the money, but he didn't draw a lot of the money throughout the 90s. We tell you
That's
that
what I'm
right
saying.
now.
But that's why I'm saying it's like very
That's why I would
institutional
not have
because
him
like
I
on
would
my
argue
Mount Rushmore.
that wrestling made more money in the last 2 years of the 90s than they made during the 7 years before.
well, and that's the thing. You're talking about like generational stuff too. So like obviously JP is going to like or put Hogan
Yeah,
above
I
that
know,
because
but,
JP. No, but like I mean JP was like more.
Do
of,
you
like,
think
the generation
though?
of Hogan, whereas we're more of the generation of like The Rock. So like,
Do you think that the last 3 years in the 90s, wrestling generated more money than what they would have done from 90 to 96?
No.
I honestly think those last 3 years were so fucking lucrative.
they made a lot of money in the 90s, like a
Man,
lot.
the viewership was ridiculous.
So here's the thing. WCW was. I don't know, man.
So it all depends on what you're gonna
WCW
measure.
didn't start their decline until late 99. When Hogan got there in 95, they were starting to draw the money.
Yeah, I think they had from 95 to 96, and then it was over. For
No, 97 was really good. It was probably arguably the best year.
I wonder, like halfway through 97, though, I'm pretty sure the tides turned.
No, because Starrcade 97 is Hogan's thing. It was 98. It was like middle of 1998 they really started to decline, if I remember correctly.
I don't know. I couldn't watch WCW.
That's fine.
Because all it reminded me of was wrestling earlier than what I liked. They had a bunch of the older guys wrestling the older way.
So the beginning of what wrestling is today just started in WCW with the NWO.
See, I didn't get into WCW because, like, when I came into wrestling, it was like the Hardy Boys were like what drew me into wrestling. Like, that was the type of wrestling that I liked, that high flying, exciting wrestling. And I tried watching WCW. Yeah, I tried watching WCW, and mind you, I did come in towards like the end when WCW was shit show. But even still, I was like, oh, no.
When WCW first started, they had like all of the really they had.
I mean, the
Guerrero,
NWO was huge. They had a bunch of really good talent. They had a lot. Their cruiserweight division was huge for a while.
They had.
I don't mind WCW. It's just when the tides turned and WWE started to go with what teenagers would find interesting. It was the perfect time for me because that's where my age group was, right?
Yeah,
and WCW didn't do that. They kept relying on the old stars' talent, and the NWO couldn't keep them alive. But this is why I say this is why my group is my group. Connor has said nothing, so I'm wondering who his Mount Rushmore is for the '90s.
He's afraid to talk.
Yeah, basically.
Go ahead.
So, my Mount Rushmore for the 90s?
Yes.
Austin Rock, Goldberg, Sting.
He went half and half. He's like,
It's
going half and half.
Yep.
I mean, I would argue again, and this is just me. I would take Goldberg and put Hogan.
I was gonna say I replace him with Hogan.
No, honestly, like I'm more inclined to accept Connors than I can't accept Hogan. 2 generations in a row.
I want you to take instead of Goldberg, Rock, Austin, and Sting as you suggested, replace them all with Hogan.
No, I agree with the other 3.
Oh my goodness.
I agree with the other 3.
Because
I can see replacing Undertaker with Goldberg or Sting. I can see that.
Again,
You know what, like-
household names.
You're looking
living in that era. Everybody.
But I think this is an endless argument because honestly,
there's 10
all
of
of the
them.
wrestlers
That should be on there.
there was so much talent in the 90s.
There's
that,
an argument for any of these guys.
Yeah.
I mean, what's wrong with mine?
No, I think I honestly think
like,
if you had to
that's what I'm
say,
saying.
if you had to say, it would be Sting, Goldberg, Hulk Hogan, The Rock, Stone Cold,
Eddie Guerrero.
For the record,
Eddie
I'm not a
Guerrero
huge...
there, honestly.
Eddie Guerrero.
I'd put Triple H in there, and I'd put Undertaker. And I would have fucking Mount Rushmore of 7 or 8 people.
I'm looking towards like the influence for the future. So like I'm looking more towards like what moves are used so frequently still. That's Eddie Guerrero's moves, Chris Benoit's moves, Triple H.
They were great, and they would be on my personal workers. Mount Rushmore for sure, but not on.
Eddie Guerrero became huge in 2000.
He did have a pretty major influence as well on a lot of wrestling. But again, I can't put him on the mount for a worker. 100% on there.
Maybe on the 2000, like the 2000s one, but maybe
John
not.
Cena's on the 2000s one.
Yeah, he just takes over.
He just takes over Hogan.
No, Hogan put wrestling.
No, I'm just like,
why would Hogan
John Cena turns into Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, that's why he's saying that Cena would take over Hogan's spot in the 2000s because Hogan quit wrestling.
Cena is on my Mount Rushmore. Chris Jericho.
Oh
Hulk
yeah.
Hogan.
He was huge.
Mm-hmm.
Hulk Hogan. Good job, Axiom.
Randy Orton.
I don't know if I put him in. He's a weird one. I
think
I put him in 2000 or
I think
20.
Well, I was gonna say like the 2010s maybe because like he really hit his groove in the 2010s.
They pushed him real hard through 2000 massively.
I think in like
Wrestling
the
guy.
like the 2000s, Randy Orton. Not that he wasn't good or anything, but like he did a lot of growing during that time, and then by the 2010s, he really hit his groove.
I would put Triple H on there for sure.
I think Triple H is, I guess, most for me. He's weird because I know we have to break it up by 2000, but realistically 95 to 2005 Triple H.
Oh God, yeah, absolutely.
And if he did it that way, but I don't know. I didn't really watch too much in the 2000s. I watched until 2003, and I think that's where I stopped.
Well, and the thing is like with wrestling in general, it's so like you talk about Mount Rushmore, but it's so. It depends on your personal style of wrestling.
It's also what Mount Rushmore, like what's the category? What are we voting?
Right. That's what I'm saying. Between like, let's say, I don't know, 95-ish, all the way up until like 2015, there were so many wrestlers in there that like could go on somebody's Mount Rushmore because they were their favorite wrestlers for certain reasons, but somebody else is not going to agree with that.
What blew my mind was earlier today when someone tweeted that Paul Heyman is younger than Stone Cold.
Yeah, I saw that too. It's like, what?
Okay, listen.
Wait,
Stone
Paul
Cold is
Heyman
showing
what?
it though, because I mean, when he runs over somebody at the fucking WrestleMania.
That was great. He was just drunk.
Well, it's even
Yeah,
funnier.
Connor, Paul Heyman is younger than Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Bro, he missed the ramp, hit
Yeah.
the fucking thing, ran over somebody, and then proceeded to run into the fucking side of the
Too many
thing.
broken
Booyah.
skulls. Too
My
many broken
favorite is
skulls.
that they cut to Nick Khan talking afterwards, and like he just pops in like, everyone all right, and like, and you can tell that like Austin, get the fuck out of here. He's like, God, copy that, and then just left.
I guess we're gonna have another green shirt. Yeah, that was a
This
good
one's
goal.
between the
Heather
Olympic
found out.
games.
Heather found
Yeah,
out
no
that green
shit.
shirt is there because CM Punk punched him in the face.
Yes.
Yep,
The green shirt guy.
smart move.
Listen, I'm just saying, CM Punk can punch me in the face if it means I get fucking
Free tickets for
front row
life. Yes.
seats. Front row seats
I
for
don't think
life.
she's getting anything out of it.
What?
I don't think she's getting anything out of it.
Oh, out of this, yeah, probably maybe some sort of settlement if she tries to sue.
I don't even think
Wait,
she's gonna.
who's suing?
The girl
Nobody's
that got
suing. We're
pushed
saying
over by
that-
our fucking four-wheeler.
Oh, when it hit the side rail.
Yeah, I don't think anything's gonna come of it. I think it scared the shit out of her more than anything.
Then again, you know what? If she wanted to make money,
I don't think she'd win her case.
if he was out of his fucking driving drunk.
Okay,
I
but I
don't
don't
know, dude.
even think.
He's not on the roadway, so
Is she dying?
What?
Did
But
she
in the
break it?
same
I,
sense,
honestly, it doesn't matter. It doesn't
Good.
matter if you get if she just acts like she sprained her wrist, then now I can't
Well-
work for whatever. There's a
and
lot.
if she
That's why
feels
Nick
like
Khan
it,
ran over there real quick.
well, I was
I
gonna
don't-
say, and if she feels like it, she could totally turn around and sue WWE because even though they knew that he was drinking, they still allowed him to operate a motorized vehicle.
I'm gonna tell you right now, the judge is gonna look at her and say, "Lady, if you didn't know he was drinking, you've never seen a day of wrestling in your life."
Well, but then again, the judge has to follow the law.
I would
Honestly,
Either
I think
way
the
you
law
look at it,
is-
he was driving impaired.
We're under the
So-
assumption. We're under the, and I know it's Stone Cold Steve Austin. We're under the assumption that he was drinking. That has
I mean,
not
if you
been
add up the fact that he missed the ramp, then he
But-
went on.
That could be attributed to old age and it being too dark.
Well, not only that, but a lot of it, like, he could have had a, because I know when I try to ride my dad's four-wheeler, I have a hard time kind of controlling it because I lose feeling and shit in my hands because of my neck. So, like, a lot of it, he could contribute to the neck
In the
injury.
end, honestly, if Nick Khan's a smart man, he'll just be like, you know what? We'll give
He'll
you
just settle.
free
Yeah.
season tickets to wrestling.
Yeah.
That's it. Just for this year. If you don't want them, we'll give you the equivalent in money. And then you
Yeah.
don't deal with it. Goodbye.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. I haven't heard anything that's coming out of it. So I do know that.
Yeah.
No. This is
Oh, boy, did she have
this
such
isn't
a
formally
slow-
press charge. They probably just
Yeah, such a slow
She
fall.
had a slow reaction to everything. It was like
she got bumped and then went down into her chair.
But
The
this
difference is,
again,
if that happened to me, I would
I
be
mean,
one of the best moments of my life.
So I don't know.
So fucking bad.
No, I would get up and fucking be like, buy me a beer.
I don't know if they have the disclaimer where if you're sitting in the front row,
that something can happen. There is a possibility.
So I mean, don't lean against the fucking rail. That'd be a good idea.
Don't drive a fucking ATV into me at WrestleMania. That would be a good idea. Man, he was putting on that gas and like he's going around fast.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
He really wasn't paying attention and didn't turn quite enough.
Well,
But
and
that's I don't know. That's why I don't think anything ever comes because of that disclaimer.
and not only that, but like he adrenaline probably had a lot to do with it too. Like, you know, when your adrenaline starts pumping, you get a little overexcited and
Between the potential beer, the fact that he can't feel himself, and he's going too fast, and his adrenaline.
Can't feel it.
can't feel himself. Well,
You gotta switch. You gotta switch.
Well, he can feel himself good enough to catch fucking beers from 50 feet away afterwards.
Oh my god.
Now, if I was
True.
wanting to sue him, I would. Rikishi won. Looks like the guy from The Office.
It does.
Or Carl from Lockwood.
It is. Looks like John Cena.
Especially
Where's
from
his
this angle.
nipple?
Especially from this angle. Trying to think what else we can do and create here this evening. Or we can just throw in some more matches and we can just talk random wrestling.
You can make a man out of me.
There.
okay. Oh, wow.
I watched TNA last night. Wasn't too bad.
Oh wait, I got an idea. Hold on. Yeah, keep going.
Did you see that spot where like nobody caught that fucking guy?
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Jumping off
Yeah,
the-
when
oh
he
my
jumped
god!
off the
Like,
top.
how do you do that to someone? Holy fucking shit!
It
He
was
jumped.
like a week or
it's
so
bad.
ago. One of the guys got up on top of. They had like this X rope across the top on TNA.
Oh, you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the
Drove
whole
off the
6
top,
men.
and it was only Flop Dollar that actually reached out to try and save him. Everybody else drove away from him, and it's like, you fucking idiot.
So it was during the X Division
Yes.
Championship
Yeah,
match.
he pretty much
How
jumped.
that match actually ended.
No, but he pretty much jumped 25 feet. Nobody caught him, and he landed on his chest.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
like, that is not
lucky
good.
his lungs didn't collapse.
Well, I mean, look. Here's the thing about TNA. They're AEW Junior.
Right now they are, yes.
The women's division is not bad, but it's not great. Guess who is on there though? Alicia Fox.
Is she still drinking?
I don't know. I don't think so. But she's not going by Alicia Fox. She's going by Victoria Crawford, which I think is her real name.
I
Yes.
believe it is too. Yes.
So she's on there. Santino Morella's the GM.
I can love it. I need a compilation
He
between
is-
him and fucking R-Truth. What?
Joe Hendry is the world champion.
Making his way to the ring from Robbinsdale, Minnesota, weighing in
I like his fucking song.
60 pounds.
I like what they did the fucking meme with him or the TikTok.
Yeah.
He's over, man, and I don't fucking understand. I like him, but I just don't understand it. It's great. And if he is doing the cult thing, turn it fucking heel. Fuck it. Would probably be fucking great.
Oh my god, we're just so amazing.
Him being a fucking cult leader and being evil. Fucking
Shows up as the head of the White Six.
great. I'm telling you. He does have that creepy look on his fucking face.
The soullessness in his fucking eyes when he smiles.
But he's doing if he's playing a character, he's doing a fucking awesome job at it. That's all I'm gonna fucking say. If he does this right, he could be in Hollywood. That's all I'm gonna say. I like him. I think he's great. When he showed up at WrestleMania, I actually popped.
I audibly popped.
Well, she did because you picked him to fucking show up.
Fuck right.
I liked it. My
Wait,
only
time out. Who are we talking about?
Joe
Hendry.
Oh, yeah. I picked him too, hey.
Great. I don't
And I'm
understand
not gonna
it.
lie, that one was like one of the times when I was actually like, okay.
But here's the thing. I like him, but I don't know why.
He's a cult leader.
I get it.
That's why you like him, because you don't have a choice in a cult.
But I
drinking
don't-
that Kool-Aid.
You've been bad.
Honestly, yeah,
Oh,
it kind of
but
what it
never
reminds me
seen
of.
shit.
It
Look,
reminds me of a much better version of fucking Blue Pants.
You know
Where
what?
everybody's like, "Why do you like her?" Blue Pants.
No,
Joe Henry at least has like talent.
I actually didn't like Joe Hendry until I seen some of his like old wrestling videos before he like became Joe Hendry.
The thing about Joe Hendry is he does this and he's a really good wrestler.
Yeah.
He's really good. I'm not gonna say he's the best in the world, but he is really fucking good.
And if you watch like some of his older stuff, like when he had the brown hair and stuff, like he can pull off multiple characters. Like the Joe Hendry character, that stuck as like the over enthusiastic fucking, cult leader, whatever the hell he's supposed to be. Yeah, that one's stuck right now, but like he does have the ability to pull off multiple characters.
If that's what they're doing with him and that's his gimmick, I am fucking here for it. It's great TV. It could be great TV. Him fucking, it's
dude. If he was
the Wyatt family, it's the Wyatt family 2.0. If that's what they're doing,
bro. Like I would love it honestly because he is so like, an appearance-wise, he is so much the opposite of everybody else in the Wyatt Six. So I would absolutely love it. Like if it came out that he was the leader.
I think he would get his own. I don't think he takes over the Wyatt Six. I think he gets his own group.
And then what, fights the Wyatt Six?
No, I'm not even kidding.
Honestly, I would say Aleister Black take over the Wyatt Six, but he needs to do his own thing. Like
whatever. Well, they brought him back. I don't know if you've seen it. Anything that he's done, but they have him. Triple H has him back to when he didn't say a fucking word.
Well, I like that because honestly, that makes him like.
Everything he does, he's Undertaker 2.0. Remember what he was like in NXT? He's doing that again.
Okay, that was the gimmick that I liked with him.
What's the word I'm looking for? Mysterious?
Yeah.
He's letting the feet do the talking. It's all he's doing.
I think the Wyatt Six have like a 50-50 chance of not existing.
Here's my problem with that. Okay, they hyped them up so much, and they did a great job when they first started. Like
Uncle Howdy can't stay healthy.
What's going on with well, I know his name isn't Bo Dallas, but what the fuck's going on with him? Like what?
Injured for life.
He got injured again?
It was a broken shoulder.
Oh, ouch.
I think they could possibly bring him, just get rid of that gimmick and go back to make the Wyatt Six, the Wyatt family.
Yeah.
Again.
It was the best gimmick was the fucking swamp. JP, you killed Mr. Perfect again.
That's what I think he's going back to.
Here is your winner.
Look at me go.
Yeah, because I guarantee you, like, the only reason why they brought back Eric Rowan was because of the Wyatt Six. And
I can tell you one thing: Eric Rowan should not be in WWE. He is not at that talent level to be part of that roster.
No, I think the only reason he got brought back was because of the Wyatt Six, and but now Braun Strowman got released.
Which they never included him in the Wyatt Six. I don't know.
I was just gonna say I know that he wasn't included in the Wyatt Six, but I don't understand why. Because I'm sure he got released because they didn't have anything to do with him. Well, put him in the fucking Wyatt Six, unless maybe he didn't want to.
here's a question for you
Actually,
guys.
he probably would have wanted to. He has done interviews to where he misses being in that.
Yeah.
Well, because
Plus,
he's
he
been
knows
nameless
it's a
for
huge
like 10
tribute to
years.
Bray, and he is the goddaughter of one of Bray's kids.
Yes.
So
He's been aimless for fucking 10
He's
years.
the goddaughter?
he's the godfather.
I was gonna say, what?
I'm the goddaughter.
I think it might work out quick, or people just start walking all over me.
Oh
So
my
I'm
god.
just picturing him in a fucking.
tell me I'm lying.
suit.
I'm sorry, Heather. I had to tease you.
It's the goddaughter.
He comes out in a tutu.
That's what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of the fairy godmother fucking
Oh my
rock shit.
god.
I got a question
I
for you
love
guys.
it.
Okay, the new faction: Paul Heyman, Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker. Do they need or will they add another person?
They should, but I don't think they will.
Do you? If they do,
Wait, they're a new faction? I kind of
They are.
like
Seth
Braun
Rollins
Breaker?
and so Paul Heyman is like the manager, and Seth
Yeah.
Rollins is like the mentor to Braun Breaker.
He's becoming the architect.
He's
again.
fucking with his head.
Ooh.
But it's what Seth
See.
Rollins. It's all about Seth Rollins.
But
right
you know
now.
what? That's gonna turn into a phenomenal match when
When it
they
happens.
when it happens. It's
yeah,
gonna-
knowing Triple
I
H,
li-
it'll
like
be in
that a lot.
2035 when Seth Rollins is 74 years old.
Right?
I do agree with you on that
The
one.
one superstar is eliminated.
Um,
A new
Yeah, he
superstar.
tends to have a problem pulling the fucking trigger on shit, but
It's always late.
Go ahead.
So yeah, if they were to add somebody, who do you think they should add?
Who do I think they add?
And
Let me think about
excuse me,
that.
sorry.
I haven't really thought about it because I know they're not going to go.
I know
that
Heather
way.
floated a couple options, which are
Let Heather's got one. Let her go.
Right off the top of my head, I know the first option that comes to my
I'll
head
probably say.
is you add Becky
Mhm.
for the women's division,
Okay.
but WWE also signed Jeff Cobb. You put him and Rusev in a tag team and put them with that group to push them up.
the only problem I have with Jeff Cobb being added is it honestly well it's Braun Breaker and him. There's a redundancy there between the two type of characters. It could
Yeah,
work,
but
but I also could
yeah, but okay.
No, you
Braun
see,
Breaker
that's
is-
different though. Jeff Cobb is more reserved than Braun Breaker is.
So
Yeah.
here's
all I know is that
here-
Braun Breaker is gonna be a fucking star. In
Oh,
a
yeah,
few
he's a
years. That guy is
huge
star.
ridiculous.
So I'm gonna say this, and y'all can. I don't know if y'all have seen the logo.
he's gonna be like, I think we should put Hulk Hogan in this.
Oh no! I'm telling you what they're gonna do with Jeff Cobb. So if you look at the logo that they have for Worlds Collide, it's the Lucha Underground logo. I have this feeling they're gonna have like some sort of invasion, and he's going to be a part of it.
Well,
He's
he
in
never
the
said
hero.
that. The guy that hasn't said anything in like 40 minutes.
Yo.
Remember your
Yeah.
Lucha Underground invasion?
Mhm.
Oh my
Your
god.
opinion.
What?
Kickstart the brain. We want your opinion on
What do
it.
you think about that angle? Do you think it could be a thing?
I just say it's good.
It's good.
Yeah, there's a lot of potential there. The AAA signing thing, or them purchasing it, I'm like very, very curious and excited at the same time about, because this is like their first, like, all right, now we're taking over, and this, I can't remember who said it. Somebody said it online. But this is like, hey, now, you know how like Triple H wanted NXTs all over the world? Now they don't have to make NXTs. They can
Exactly.
just get these other companies and then like put them under the WWE umbrella.
to the point that Worlds Collide,
Mhm.
you said Worlds Collide might introduce a Lucha Underground invasion. With Jeff Cobb being part of it, you got
He's
a
the
bunch of
head,
other people from Lucha Underground as
I
well.
realized I was 7 feet fucking tall.
It really boils down to the creative. I know Jeremy Borash is helping with the creative over there. They could do that. It would just really depend on what it like.
Oh, I think you get Dario Cueto to be about that. I
Oh,
fucking
God.
love that.
Yeah, that would be
Bring his
awesome.
ass back. Make him manager of like a Jeff Cobb Phoenix combo.
If
group
you know
and put the other guy in there.
if you know Jeremy Borash, he was the producer of the Woken gimmick with Matt Hardy.
He was,
so he did all those gritty vignettes.
Yep.
Which, if you remember,
Lucha Underground did have a lot of like telenovela.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm talking about the look of the
Yeah, like I agree.
gritty look. And if you remember Lucha Underground, it had that gritty look. I think Jeremy Borash can pull that.
There's a
I
lot
wouldn't mind them doing a Lucha Underground group starting in NXT.
Oh, so what I was gonna say was there's a lot of potential with this. It really boils down to like, you know, what talent are they gonna use? What talent are they gonna switch around from the main roster? How is this going to look in terms of integration, in terms of talent? I'll tell you right now, whatever, you know, long-term plan is, man, NXT is gonna be on fire like it's never been before. With this partnership, because you got to figure that like if they start doing this with other promotions, NXT is going to be kind of like the funnel system, and
it's going to be what the IC title was back in the early 90s.
But it's also going to be the funnel system where like, okay, if you're gonna wrestle in WWE, NXT is like the safe zone, like where you're not like affecting anything on the main roster, where we have full control, and you just kill Tamina. No.
Listen.
Yeah.
You're listening.
I'm listening.
Can I chime in with something that
Oh, no,
nothing
why?
to do with what we're talking about?
You're sitting
Sure.
there.
Why not?
In that fucking match. That's all I'm saying.
No, I was just real quick. I was just scanning through Twitter, and I didn't know that Selena Vega's dad died at
9/11.
like during 9/11.
Yeah.
I knew that. Like,
Even I knew that.
Yeah,
That was
didn't know that.
one of
I
her
just
big
seen the
selling
thing.
points. That was one of her big selling points when they first tried to push her.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I didn't know that. I just
Where were you?
just found that out. I don't pay attention to wrestling the way that
Where were
most people
you
do.
when the towers went down?
Fucking faces,
I
Jesus
could be. I can't let my intrusive thoughts win.
so I could see Dexter Lumis joining Joe Hendry's faction if you take him back to what he was.
Oh my God! That
Back to going back for a second, but the Wyatt. I know you guys were talking about the Wyatt
Joe
6 earlier.
Hendry?
Yeah, we were talking about the Wyatts and potentially Joe Hendry running them for some reason.
Okay, so first off, the Wyatt 6.
In trouble?
Man, well, first off, that their debut on Raw will still. I mean, I know the payoff has been not
Nowhere.
anything, but
Like
that debut was still. I still hold that debut in high regard. The faction is still salvageable in my opinion, but they got to do something with it very, very soon because they've already been off TV for so fucking long. I heard a combination between.
It's like the hardest fucking thing to book.
We've talked about this ad nauseum, and I agree with you. It is a tricky booking situation. Like you got to be careful with it. But Joe Hendry leading the Wyatt 6.
Yeah. They would have to come out like
be funny
in white shirts and ties with Kool-Aid.
Yes. And leave their original headgear on, but just dress them up like fucking Mormons.
Imagine he goes, say his name and they appear. Run.
Oh my God!
It's such a. It's a
his
good run.
Say his name. Wait, or.
Well, though, like.
Or say his name and let me in.
Oh my God!
And
you know how
JP
Wyatt
has
had the-
Cactus jack me off. What?
You know how Bray Wyatt had that door open? The door opens and he just turns around smiling.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Like all of these ideas are fucking genius. Like WWE should hire.
Catching flies.
Keep the open to the music where it does that.
Keep the music the exact same way. Don't change the fucking music at
Catching
all.
flies in his mouth. And then like it cuts to America, Scotland, Canada, and Mexico.
God.
He is like, I guess in England, he is like
superstar.
Superstar.
He's like topping the charts with his fucking music.
Rightfully so.
At some point.
Song is, do you believe in Joe Henry? It's fucking great.
What's even better is there if you search YouTube, there's going to be videos of like entire groups of people out in the street somewhere singing that song and clapping.
I was doing it.
You know what it reminds me of? A very like successful version. A very more successful version of. Remember that fucking? It was like a meme or video that went around with that old man singing in the mountains. Cowboy hat on.
Well, I was gonna say. Wait. Remember when Fandango's theme went viral?
Yeah.
Wendy's even doing the Joe Henry thing. I was watching it, and
you want to sell merchandise to kids?
Yeah.
Joe Henry.
Joe Henry's the guy you want.
Maybe not Joe Henry with the Wyatt sticks.
You want him in your marketing department like tomorrow.
The thing is, if WWE wants to catch lightning in a bottle, right, it's almost too late now. Because he's been huge for years.
They featured him on their biggest show ever.
So I don't know how long
get him feasibly. Yeah, that's the thing.
Well, and you know the crazy thing is like he's one of those talents that just kind of got over generically in WWE by being in NXT.
I think WWE's gonna keep him in TNA for a while. If anything, they're gonna like sign him and keep him there. Because WWE's backing TNA somehow, some way.
Yeah.
Of the goofy
exposure
things in wrestling, I do like Joe Hendry, and I really like the Chad Gable fucking L-Bag, El Generico, whatever the hell it is.
Grande Americano.
Americano Grande.
Yeah.
So Sami Callihan is badass.
Orton dropped
My
it.
God, that guy! I remember when he was a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
he's actually like 230. Motherfucker's almost 300 fucking pounds. Like he got fat.
God damn it! Now I have the
Oh my
fucking...
god, that was almost a Steiner fat.
You're fat. It's worse.
Yeah, that was some emphasis.
That's exactly.
So if you look at his he progressed. It's not like he woke up one day 300 pounds. There was progression.
But it wasn't that long ago that he was like 230.
It's just because we haven't seen him. And you know how long ago that was? That was like fucking 6 years ago.
No, I seen it. I
can tell you, man. In the last couple of years, he was on the road to.
No, you could tell he was starting to go there, but he wasn't like
a blimp walking.
But holy shit!
He's walking his new ring song's gonna be like he's walking down to the ring and he'll be.
Here comes Sami Callihan, sponsored by Goodyear.
Like
we're all going to hell.
This is some mean, okay? Actually, that guy seems like a fucking pile of shit, so whatever.
Oh, Matt heard good things about him.
That's all I was going to say.
Gunther?
Gunther. Who, by the way, I hate his fucking name. Change his name back to fucking Walter.
No. It was him. He wanted to change.
Change his name to Hitler.
I don't know why.
See if he gets over.
It's the proctologist arena.
I don't think it is. Hold on.
What?
So why the fuck would you want your name to be Gunther if your real name's not Gunther?
Change his name to Hitler.
His real name is Walter either.
What's his real name?
You gotta remember, he's Austrian. Gunther is a very Austrian name.
Gunther.
His real name is Walter.
Walter Horn.
I don't want to be myself anymore.
So, forgive me if you guys talked about this, but I don't think we did. But Gunther fighting Pat McAfee at Backlash, there has been some rumors and rumblings that this apparently is to set the stage to eventually lead to a Gunter versus Goldberg match at SummerSlam, where it would be Goldberg's retire.
You knew with how Gunter was smack talking to Goldberg when he was in the audience, it was eventually going to happen.
Honestly, yes, please.
I don't want to fucking see it.
After that, Goldberg Undertaker 10 out of 10 in Saudi Arabia. I don't know, man. I'm here for it. I want to see Goldberg not make his way into the ring.
But here's the problem with that, okay? Gunther needs some momentum right now, okay?
What?
He just lost.
Yeah.
He needs to go away.
No, he just fucking lost the championship.
No, Gene is right.
Momentum, though.
He needs to go away.
Yeah, I agree with Basement. I think he needs more time off of TV.
Well, okay, but my whole point is you had him win the championship and then he dropped the championship. So like you're gonna put him in a match against Goldberg, where one of two things are gonna happen. Either he's not going to lose
because you went from the Intercontinental titles right to the World title.
I get what you're saying. I'm not talking about what happened then. I'm talking about right now. Okay.
Yeah,
he dropped the world title. Okay.
Yeah.
You're gonna put him in a match against Goldberg, where like he cannot.
It's not happening right now.
You know what I want
to say? I was gonna say like he cannot win that match against Goldberg because it's Goldberg's last fucking match, so of course he's gonna come out victorious.
No, Goldberg's last match will lose.
Usually the one who's retiring, they lose their match. The guy that they're losing to a push.
Goldberg.
I honestly feel like Goldberg's son will get involved, who's now a man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What the fuck am I watching?
Yeah,
Baby bad boy.
You're fighting him. So am I.
Am I though?
But yeah, the fight with Goldberg is probably going to be at least a year down the line from now.
No, SummerSlam.
It's got to be SummerSlam or else I don't want to see it first of all. Like, I know I said I want to just for the fact that it's going to be god awful.
Yeah.
If it was my call, Gunter, I would not have Gunter show back up until I would have him like run interference at SummerSlam.
Yeah,
and have him.
I would have. Yeah, you know what? Perfect. Have him off camera.
Because have him complete. Yeah, have. I thought the Pat McAfee thing was great because I'm like, oh great, there's your excuse to like. They did it with Brock.
Mm-hmm.
Brock did the same thing after when Seth cashed in. He attacked Michael. Remember he like F5'd Michael Cole out of his shoe. Good shit.
Michael Cole.
And I loved him. Like, oh great, that's it's a simple, easy excuse of like, oh,
getting him off TV and getting him the fuck away for a while.
I would have had Gunter come back at SummerSlam, interfere in the world title picture, whether it's Jey Uso or whatever the fuck you want to do with the world title.
He might do this match and then go away.
And then I would have Gunter challenge back for the world title at Clash of Paris, which is after SummerSlam. But
you know what would be good if? Oh, sorry, finish your.
No, I was gonna say, but the Goldberg thing. I'm just gonna say this right here, right now. I violently hate this idea. I get why they are trying to do it. I can understand the mentality behind it, where it's like, hey, he lost the world title. We need to keep his momentum going. We need to make him look like a threat. We need to make him look like this big monstrous presence. Hey, Goldberg's been bitching about a retirement match since God knows how long. Let's kill two birds with one stone. It's gonna be atrocious. It's gonna be a bad match.
The problem is, then they do this all the fucking time. They think it's a rub to retire an old talent. It's only a rub if the old talent can still go. And Goldberg can't. We've seen it. It's not good. However, if I was to book it, I would have Goldberg come out and announce that, you know, this is gonna be my match. Like, get Gunther off TV forever. For the 6 months, then have Goldberg come up and be like, I'm announcing my retirement. Cut his retirement off with Gunther's fucking entrance. That's all you really need when the match can happen.
In Goldberg's defense, and you guys, you know I hate Goldberg, but in his defense, even The Undertaker said that with how hot it was in Saudi Arabia, it was insanely difficult for them to go, both of them.
So Goldberg doesn't know how to go. He never knew how
That's
to
true.
go. He could have been 20 years old and the match would have been shit.
This is going to be the equivalent of the Goldberg-William Regal match.
It's like, we want someone to face Lex Luthor or fucking Ultimate Warrior and retire them. Meanwhile, they were never good wrestlers.
You mean Luger?
That's what you said.
You said Luther.
Did I?
You Canadian
What are we
Superman.
fucking-
Fuck.
I was gonna say, what are we in Superman?
Lex Luthor.
I don't know. Could be me too. I'm also baked as fuck. I'm gonna get a snack. I'll be right back. Yeah, no. Goldberg and Gunther. Fuck that shit.
It's not the match they think it is.
It's not. And it
Because
never
I can
will.
tell you very few people after the last fucking 5 Goldberg matches we saw, very few people want to see Goldberg. Yes, the audience in the arena will pop, but the overall consensus is not good.
So I get what you're saying, but the only caveat, or I should say devil's advocate, that I would give you is that they may be doing this for Goldberg. Because he did draw them money. And this is their, okay, well, we'll do this for you this
Hold
week.
on. Is SummerSlam in Saudi this year?
No. SummerSlam is a 2-night event.
Yeah, SummerSlam, isn't it in like Jersey or something like that?
No, I think it's in Indianapolis.
I don't
Saudi then. I'm fucking sure.
I don't hate it. I know it's gonna be shit, but I feel like if you're gonna do a SummerSlam, Rumble, Mania, you need one of those matches that like has that on paper retirement match, like something big that you know the match is gonna be shit. Right? Everybody does. But
It's
like,
gonna be at MetLife Stadium.
it's gonna be one of those things where you're gonna draw a crowd that wants to be able to say, "I saw Goldberg wrestle for the last time."
Right.
Yes.
And I don't mind that being on a 2-night event, especially.
Yeah, because it can be in the
can do
middle
it
of the
right
fucking show.
Yeah, right in the middle of the first night. Get
And
over
it-
and done
It doesn't hurt Gunther.
with. No.
It's just it's the second best thing to having him disappear for a year. For me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not terrible. The match will be god awful. Don't get me wrong. But,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you know,
Oh, of course. I think
I
it's more or
understand
less.
it's not a terrible thing.
I think it's more or less for the pop. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all it's for.
And I mean, they've given Gunther enough time in WWE to be. They know he's a future star. So.
I think they also realize his draw in the European market.
Yeah. I mean, we could say what we want about him and his development.
right.
Where he can be a bit boring at times. It's not utilized correctly.
No, they can.
Speaking of European development or whatever, I was kind of surprised that they let the Coffee Brothers go because of that reason.
Well, the Coffee Brothers were.
And they let what's his name? Fucking not Gandalf. What the fuck's his name? Wolfgang.
Gandalf?
You shot him nuts. Let me go.
The problem with is they tried to push them, they just weren't.
They weren't
The
picking up.
problem with the
Gotcha.
Coffee Brothers is they're boring. It's the same thing as, and I'll never remember this fucking team's name.
Coffee Brothers. It's all about the grind.
The fucking mustache went to AEW, did nothing. They're really good tag team wrestlers. You know,
The Von Villains.
no, not that.
No,
No.
because Aiden English doesn't wrestle anymore. He actually does commentary for TNA.
They had a really good match with DIY. They're in AEW. They're a big name.
FTR.
FTR.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh my God.
I'll never remember that fucking team's name.
Now, this is context, everybody. They're considered one of the best tag teams in the world. This is why AEW makes no sense, because they bury the fucking guys that they should push that are really fucking good. But anyway, go ahead.
So what I'm saying is that the problem with them, and this is why they really suffered when they went up to the main roster, is their identity is old tag team wrestling. And wrestling within like the confines of tag team rules. And it's really hard to get that over on the main roster when people were all fucking cheering New Day Rocks. And fucking
Yeah, boy.
XC47 won. Who the fuck that is.
Be my son. You know, a nice human Christian name.
Here is your winner.
What are you, Elon Musk?
EX47.
Can I borrow 100,000?
Are you trying to get me
Yeah.
mad because
Yes.
I lost your kid? Not working.
I lost to his kid too. I
okay.
feel nothing.
It really wasn't.
Like Austin and the ATV.
Yeah, it was absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not that excited about WWE, unfortunately. I know some of you guys might be still okay. Like I am so critical of Triple H at this point in time. It's the Tony Khan, the end of the Tony Khan honeymoon phase.
Yes.
With me with Triple H, because that was last year. I hadn't seen one legitimately good pay-per-view. I don't know how you can make fucking 12 pay-per-views and have none of them be good. Everything was mediocre at best, or if not, bad.
This is another reason why I think that late 90s, early 2000s was like primetime wrestling too, because like they had a large roster, but because of like the hardcore title and like a bunch of other fucking titles that they had at that time, there was constantly people. And that was before they had the fucking, like, I mean, technically they had the brand split, but that was before they, like, split the roster. So, like, you never knew who the hell fuck was going to show up on what show.
Right.
That whole 2002 to 2003 time period where they first did the brand split was a fucking mess, because they didn't even know, and they even admitted, they're like, we didn't even know what we were doing because we were figuring it out as we went. And then
this is why I don't want to see the behind the scenes stuff. Prove that it's way dumber than everybody thinks.
So I'm gonna make a suggestion. If you're gonna have this kind of match, this should be for some sort of title.
It's for me beating the shit out of fucking Xavier Woods title.
Unblock me on Twitter.
And I mean that's because this is a different kind of fighting.
Do you think the New Day was pretty much dead? I know they held the title.
No, I said it.
This is their last breath. This is their final run.
Mm-hmm.
And that they should have had their final run a long time ago. But that's just me.
No, I agree with you.
Well, the Big E injury really impacted it, I think. And also the fact that they took 10,000 years. This is the problem I had with Triple H. Okay, when you take 10,000 years, people get injured. You can't do anything. Ciampa Gargano, perfect example of Triple H fucking up.
By the way, I think New Day should join Seth Rollins' faction.
You know what though? Like,
no, I don't want
Big
that.
E. No. In my opinion, Big E was the best part of New Day. So when they took, like, when Big E got injured, because like Big E was like the personality, and not only that, but he was the big guy. You know, so like.
I will say this. I think all three of them together was pretty good. But when Big E left, it kind of ruined the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Big E.
I guess I wouldn't say, and where I will disagree with you, Gina, and it's not a big disagreement, is that Big E was the cog in the wheel. I think they were all, if any one of them would have went down, I think it would have killed the...
Yeah, and this, like, I think is further to the point that I personally don't think any of those three guys are world championship material.
Correct.
They were mid-card champions and really high-level tag team champions.
Well, the thing is like, I think at one point in time, Big E might have stood a chance at running for the title, but like he was just really
he had
goofy.
the title. He had the title.
Right, but like
very
he was
good.
just,
Kofi had the title.
He was very, very fucking goofy, like all the time. It's just his personality, you know. He's like the fun-loving personality, which is great for like a mid-card position. But when you're talking about world titles, it doesn't really fit.
He was
the shark nose Brock Lesnar in the background.
He was an NXT champion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, an NXT champion is fine, honestly. Like, it's a whole different story when you're a world champion in the main roster.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree with them giving him the championship and Kofi Kingston for like a short run. They're those kind of champions, but like they're not extended run world champions.
Oh Jesus, basement.
Good. You know, he's dead.
Which, and honestly, the only like newer talent that I can see right now, anyway, in my opinion, that I can see being one of those longer champions is Braun Breaker.
We'll have to see personality-wise where they go with him, because right
I
now
think if
he's
he-
so generic.
I hope they go with his uncle.
If he is able to connect with the crowd and carry like a program, and you know, and do well on the mic, which is, I mean, from what I've seen so far, no complaints so far. But if he's able to kind of like elevate himself a little bit with this faction.
He already started.
He's
Before he joined this faction, he cut his uncle's promo.
Yeah.
Perfect.
But that wasn't on live television.
So they actually did a table for 3, and they actually talked about that promo.
I think
they actually talked about that promo, and fucking Scott Steiner fucking laughed. He thought it was, but it made sense to him.
Yeah.
I saw on Twitter that Scott Steiner is supposed to be, I don't know if it's real or not, because I saw it for 2 seconds, he's supposed to be in the corner of Pat McAfee.
No.
For some reason.
Okay, so I have no idea when Alpha wrote this because I just clicked on the chat, but he said one guy that I think could have had potential when he was on his own, but now is in the Y6, is Dexter Loomis.
The problem with Dexter Loomis is when he joined WWE, he was a bit too old. You know, I thought we were him to death. A bit too old. Like Dexter Loomis is like 45 years old or 44 or something.
Well, here's the thing. I think that if they would have kept him with, and I don't know, I don't watch like main roster for a while, so I don't know if he still has that like creepy stalker vibe.
No,
but,
he's
okay. See, if they would have kept him with like the creepy stalker vibe, then I think he probably could have gone way further because he fits so well in that fucking character.
He's 41.
Okay.
But yes, he was too old when he got there.
A bit too old to like push him to the top. He was there
I
with
know that
McMahon running it too, right? So you know how that
right.
goes.
But like I know that they want Gunther to get to that point. But like for me anyway, Gunther does not have the personality required in order to be able to hold that position in the company.
He can be a good heel.
He's a great wrestler, but he's
not face of the company type guy. He's always going to be one of those guys that holds the title so somebody can overcome him.
And honestly, right now with the younger ones, I don't know much about NXT, but excluding NXT, just the people that are on the main roster right now, I don't see necessarily a single one of them out of the younger ones that are going to be able to be the next face of the company.
Are the younger ones?
Yeah, like the younger ones that are like
for sure.
Right,
Karrion
but,
Kross.
like,
I know he's
Karrion
not
Kross
young,
is
but
he's also in his like late 30s, early 40s. So like,
as fucked up as it seems, Dominic Mysterio. He's not good in the ring, but on the mic, there's something there.
Yeah, but he's not good in the ring. That's the whole point. Like, I don't see anybody that necessarily has both of them. But then again, you know, you look at it, and The Rock didn't have both of them for a while either. Nah, I don't like Austin Theory. Like, he's good in the ring, but like, for me, he just doesn't hit it. He doesn't hit it for me on the mic.
It's okay. I agree with you because there is something Austin Theory is missing, and I always thought it was character.
But that's what I'm talking about. Like, you look back on like The Rock, for instance, and like it took. But like it took a while for him to find his niche, and then as soon as he found it, that was it, and that's what catapulted him up to the top. So like I think they need to find.
Well, how old is Ricky Starks? Even though he's fucking
33.
Ricky Starks is one of those guys. He's got most of the
Ricky Starks has an opportunity to be the face of the company. However,
One of the
Trick Williams?
favorites.
Yeah.
Trick Williams will be a
Trick
guy.
Williams, really good.
Trick
Yep.
Williams, I could see. Yeah.
Obi Femi will not,
No.
but he'll be a top star. Who's
Ricky Starks is 35.
So
how
like,
old is fucking Chad Gable? Because he's got,
He's about the same age as Randy Orton.
Chad Gable.
I still
Yeah.
think that they
45
missed a
years old?
huge.
What the fuck?
They missed such a fucking huge opportunity with him, and he even said it himself because like with the whole Kurt Angle son gimmick thing, they missed.
Okay, no, I'm wrong. I thought Randy Orton for some reason was 30. Randy Orton,
like,
he's 39. He'll be 40.
but like with Chad Gable, if they would have pulled him as Kurt's son, that would have like not only made much more fucking sense for the storyline, but it would have catapulted fucking Gable's career because like he literally could have fucking been Kurt Jr.
So Kurt Angle actually does a podcast with Conrad Thompson, and they talked about that. He asked that question to him, and he's like, who do you think is a bigger looking star, Jason Jordan or Chad Gable? And this is Kurt Angle asking Conrad Thompson. This isn't me.
Judging from what I know now, I'm going to say Chad Gable, seeing as to how the other one's not even.
I always would have said Chad Gable.
Fine. Who looks like... Okay, you're looking at Chad Gable and Jason Jordan back then. Who looks like they would be the bigger star?
Chad Gable, because he made more sense being Kurt's son.
Jason Jordan was like a very much physically a Vince McMahon guy.
Well,
so he's getting pushed. He's bigger, more athletic. He's Shelton Benjamin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why they did it. It wasn't because
No, I understand.
Kurt Angle, hindsight being 2020, said, "Yeah, I can see it." I think
Yeah,
it
because,
made
like,
but either one really made sense.
Yeah, but like at the time, I remember I'm like, because it's not that I don't like Jason or whatever, but like at the time, I was even like, what the fuck? That makes no sense. Like Chad Gable wrestles just like him. He kind of looks like him. Like he has the same stature
he was
as
the
him.
right choice to be his son.
So during that time, I was doing the actual live reaction.
I see what you're
Yeah.
doing. You son of a bitch.
And I wasn't. I don't think I was mad that it was Jason Jordan, but I did say I don't know why they didn't pick Chad Gable. But I think at the time I understood why they picked Jason Jordan.
The way I looked at it is they should have picked Chad Gable because Jason Jordan didn't need that angle to get over.
Nope.
No,
whatever.
you are 100% correct. But they wanted him to be
I
that
think that was a
alternate
Vince.
to Roman Reigns.
I honestly think that was a Vince push, like because like you said, basement. He was 100% a Vince guy. Also, Bojo in the chat. Yeah, I was just gonna point that out.
I'm fighting for myself. But unfortunately, Connor is the referee, and he's fucking me.
Well,
No,
Yeah, look at
the
Carmelo
way I
Hayes.
want to.
He's pretty good.
Yeah, he's pretty good,
like
but
how that comment just went unfucking.
they have
his
him
son.
They have
For some
Cody
reason-
Rhodes, the chosen one.
for some. But he's
He's dwindling off.
well, he's not dwindling off.
The thing is,
He-
they have
Even-
a time. They have a timeline of about 10 years where they're gonna have no problem with the top star. Because they also have
Absolutely.
McIntyre there. Got a bunch of guys that are like in that realm.
The
Don't
thing
even
with-
get started on McIntyre because like I think he got fucked
John
royally this
Cena-
entire time.
Oh my god, I
John-
can't even.
John Cena needs to go away like, not John Cena. Cody Rhodes needs to go away like Gunther.
The problem is Cody Rhodes is boring as fucking shit. Either turn him heel or get him off TV. I can't look at him.
Agree.
I need to finish
But the
my
problem
story.
is
I
the
smile a
problem
lot
is
like a garbage pail kid.
The problem is, and this was just proven, the crowd is not going to allow him to turn heel. But they love Cody
fuck the
Rhodes.
crowd. Fuck the crowd, is what I say. Ilya Dragunov, another big name.
Yep.
But you
Yeah,
know
but
what?
he's
Though? You
30.
can. The thing is with Cody is that, and this was proven with The Rock and a couple of other people. You can turn someone heel and the crowd still fucking loves them because The Rock was heel for like most of the early 2000s.
Especially now, everybody's fucking in between. You only turn someone full face or heel to get them to find the character they need to be. Once they found the character they need to be, they can be face heel, doesn't matter.
The problem is like you don't have wrestlers that come up with their own originality anymore because like you don't hear like the slogans, you know, like The Rock, he was really big with fucking slogans. Stone Cold was really big with fucking slogans. And that's something that hypes up a crowd, you know, when they're talking, when they're out there on the mic, and the crowd is fucking screaming it, screaming it with them, you know. You don't see that.
LA Knight has one.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, LA Knight does.
They still exist. It's just
but
not
like
on the main
Yeet,
roster.
come on, like
No, ref, go
Oh
away.
yes, get out of here.
Nope.
You fucking crap. What if the face
I'm here to help you.
is becoming Logan Paul?
oh god, fucking help us.
no. I got caught. You bitch.
You know what? I cannot stand Logan Paul as a person, but I will admit he is really good in the ring.
You know, one person I think we kind of overlooked is Montez Ford.
Yeah, he has charisma. I
He's
like
got
him.
a lot going on.
Yeah.
Is that
And now
Tamina?
Connor's attacking the ref.
That is Tamina. Female ref that looks like Tamina.
But I think Montez Ford is a star.
Mhm.
Hasn't given a chance yet.
I don't think he's going to go any farther than he is.
I think that would be a travesty.
I agree with
mind.
you.
Yes.
Penta is a star. I don't know how old he is, but
I hope the fuck I'm wrong.
I want to say Penta is at least in his
38.
30s.
He's pretty old.
35 to 40 years old for sure.
Yeah.
Other than that, yeah, with the Saints, I don't see too many other. Santos
Penta-
Escobar, he's in his 35 to 40.
Penta is 40.
Some of these guys in that dark state have a nice look to them. That James Cutler, he
They
looks
got a good look, but look is like the least thing to concern yourself with. It's 1/5 of the package.
Okay, so I
Right, baby.
just pulled up a list of WWE stars that are currently in their 20s. Okay, we have Brad Breaker, obviously, Dominic Mysterio, Dragon Lee, Konosuke Takashi, whatever the fuck his name is.
Okay. Why are you still referencing this?
Takashita, Austin Theory.
Telling you, Austin Theory will get there.
Mm-hmm.
I know you don't like him, and I don't like him, and nobody likes
He
him.
wouldn't be a bad fit
Carmelo
for
Hayes.
Seth's
He's got
group.
everything.
Carmelo Hayes is in his 30s. He's not
Oh yeah, Carmelo Hayes is exactly 30.
Yeah, which is fine. That's he's got a 15-year career ahead of him, probably.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Logan Paul is also 30. And that's it. For the list, anyway. That's
For now, at least.
I got rejected.
34.
I'm thankful they got rid of you, but the debt
Here.
is done.
okay. Here's a list of the WWE superstars that are currently under 30.
Oh.
As soon as I get through all the fucking ads.
Yeah.
All right. Where am I?
Who are you?
I'm on.
There's so many ads.
Who am I?
So many ever toys made up my fucking ass.
Is Nathan and Frazier still with them?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's part of
Oh.
X Team.
He's on the main
Tarzan.
Okay.
roster right now.
Okay, so it says Axiom.
That's his partner.
Yeah, Nathan Frazier. Nathan Frazier is. Let's see here.
A
I
lot of
don't know.
Nathan Frazier's on this fucking roster.
I think Austin Theory. What the camera angles this time?
He was
Come on,
born in
man.
1998. However the fuck old that makes him, I don't fucking know. I don't want to do math right now.
1998.
27.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oba Femi
JP
was
with
also
the
born in 98. Dominic Mysterio.
I do feel like if I had to pick, Austin Theory is like if they're gonna make him get over, he's got to turn into like Triple H 12 jean jackets. That's the only way.
Yeah.
You gotta throw the jean jackets on leather on this
at
man.
first, they were trying to turn him into John Cena.
That,
and I think
That's
that
what
detrimental.
Vince was trying
that
to
was a
do.
huge detrimental because for him because like
Detrimental.
that's a very that's
That was a huge detrimental. All right, I
Shut
gotta
up.
pick a huge detrimental.
that was very
I actually have
detrimental
to.
for him.
I have to call it a night, unfortunately.
Ah man.
Yeah, I gotta wrap it up. Spaceman, did you want to take? I know I'm the one hosting, but did you want to take over the stream and keep going, or?
He went pee.
He went to pee. Great. Never mind. So, I want to thank you all for tuning in for this fun, just little soiree of wrestling chit chat and whatnot. Remember, use that hashtag NoBucksGiven. Upload your stuff to the 2K Creation Suite, and we'll take a crack at downloading it and see what you guys come up with. Do not make tons of monsters. Do not make tons of
We need
monsters.
some regulars in there too.
Yeah.
They could be weird looking, but
How
don't
about
make
just
them like super big.
Don't make any monsters. How about just don't?
We already have some in here.
Yeah, we're
We
good.
don't. I don't even want monsters.
Thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you guys. Not sure about the weekend. We'll see how things go. But who knows? Stay tuned. So hit the bell, subscribe, like, share, comment, all that fun jazz. We'll see you next time. Until then, peace.
Nope.
Bye.